Tony Dunn, ain't nothing to it but to do it, brother. Let's roll.
In a world where Carolina Panthers fans have an insatiable thirst for Panthers news and opinions, only one podcast roars ferociously. It's the C3 Panthers Podcast.
What's the deal, Panther fans? It's the C3 Panthers Podcast, brought to you by CarolinaCatChronicles.com, where every Tuesday night we chop up the latest Panthers news and opinions from the fan perspective. Tonight's shows, Panthers pop pads with little insults and minor injury. The Carolina Panthers are through 2 padded practices, which believe makes their 5th practice all together. Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. Today I almost thought was the first padded practice, as yesterday was like blurry as it just merged into today because of all the stuff we've been doing, guys, when it comes to the C3 Panthers Podcast. Live, we were down there in Spartanburg making noise. And, man, it was great to hang out with all the fellas, including my wheelman, Cody Lashney.
Tony Dunn, man, what a week to remember, huh? We go to training camp on Thursday, do the first ever live in-person pod from Monster Subs and Grubs. Man, that was an incredible moment for our show. Then on Saturday, man, we got to see an incredible practice. Your boy got interviewed to be in the Observer. And by the way, the man who wrote that will be on the show tonight. Alex Zeitlow will be interviewing him. You know, he made me a celebrity. It's the least that we can do. And then tomorrow, we have Fan Fest. Me, the Bat Daddy, Mike Supreme Leader, CK, all going to be at Bank of America Stadium tomorrow. Tony, it has been an incredible ride. Happy to be on it with you, my brother. And you know who else is happy to be on this ride? The best damn Panther fans in all the YouTube. You know them and love them. It's our man, Drew. What's up, Drew? Benjamin J., Brandon Malone, Craig Cartner, David Screws, DJ Fish Nipples. What's up? Drew Irvin, Joe Riolano in the building. What's up, Joey? Just Don't Care, Kristen Ledane, Matt Knows Nothing, Michael Johnson, Pan Axe, Sideshow, The Real AP, Twan Don, what's up, brother? White Chocolate Espresso, and Tim Estes. Tony Dunn, ain't nothing to it but to do it, brother. Let's roll.
I want to continue with those shout outs. M7J7, Kendall the Goat, pop in at Black Cat Panthers Podcast, Dub Q09, Tim Sellings, Keep Pounding, Will Rob on YouTube, Curtis Harris, Antoine P, J Rock, Avery, Ricky Rains on Twitter, Mad Cata, It's Just Joan, and also it's Justin 23. Bree and James got to meet them at the Main Street Pub, and as well as Pan Axe, who is in the house, as well as PJ Muscles Marinara. So it was nice hanging out with everybody. And honestly, last week was the first time I ever met Greg.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you, Greg. I know you, but we met.
We did. And you know what's funny, dude, is it was instant. Like when I saw you, from like the second that we first actually made contact with each other till I left, it felt like
first sight.
Exactly. Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was such a great time. Like this week has been such a great week. I got to go to training camp and see all y'all. I got to actually see Bryce Young in action. It's been a lot of driving though, because I didn't go to training camps. I've been at Comic-Con all weekend, or GalaxyCon in Raleigh all weekend. But man, it's been a really, really good weekend. It's been a good week, wrapped up with getting to go to Fan Fest with my boy Cody tomorrow. So
yeah,
it's gonna be a good time, man.
It's just the hits keep coming. CK's in the house, the voice that makes him moist. We can't see him, but maybe we can hear him.
Yeah, you'll be able to hear me.
Nope. See you later.
Oh,
no. What happened?
Take that. I probably have. Do I have the charger to like your camera or something?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes,
now I
sir.
can. You got booted.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. But no, yeah, I can hear you guys. My camera, where I took everything down, I'm trying to put it back up, put it back exactly the way that it is. It's not recognizing the camera, so I'm trying to work on that throughout the stream, and hopefully I can get back up and running here.
All right, well, great to see you. Got
Sacrifices.
some cool drone shots. I hope you're working on some cool new intro footage for us.
That would be the game plan here, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, Cody. Everybody knows they can call into the show at 252-228-5098. We got a lot of calls already coming in the house, as well as check us out on Twitter at @cat_chronicles. Listen to the audio podcast on Spotify, iTunes. iTunes is winning, so you Spotify listeners, get up in there, leave a review, and check out some of the new content that we're putting out in different ways and different flavors. Cody, let's go ahead and jump into the show and get through a couple of topics before our guest gets here.
Sounds like a plan. As we said, we've all been at training camp. We've had an opportunity to, kind of see a little bit of what the Panthers have going on. And ladies and gentlemen, the pads have officially come on. And that's what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about a little of everything from our training camp. But the first thing I wanted to go over, this was news that broke today. The jersey schedule has finally been released. This is something that we cover every year. We normally have the black and the white, but they sprinkle the blue around the schedule. A lot of white to start the season, as we know, and then a lot of black to finish it out. So, I figured we'd go over this first. Not a whole lot to talk about and speculate about, but it's something. Boys, what do you make of it?
Let's see. This is all right. So white, right? We want to keep all of that. Like what they like to stay light in the beginning, but this is both of these are dome games. So I guess is white. Is
the second one's at Bank of America.
It's at home. So we're wearing
that's Monday Night Football.
I'm gonna have to cancel classes if I go.
Do it.
Night game. I gotta
do it. Peer pressure.
Levi and Raleigh offered me a ticket to this game. I know, Greg, you're going too, right?
To which game?
Monday night.
The
week 2 Saints.
Oh no, I'm not going to the Saints game. I'm trying to go to the Colts game.
Oh, I thought you got drug in. Oh no, yours is the Christmas game, wasn't it?
Yeah, Colts game, and the Christmas game are the ones I'm probably going to this year.
What about black helmets? Do we know anything about helmet colors?
No, we do not.
So these could be all black on blacks. Week 3 in Seattle. That's a dome. You could go full black on the road. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Can I be honest about that?
Yeah.
I was so excited about the full black on blacks because we've been talking about it for so long. I wasn't as impressed with it last year as I thought I would be. Like, it looked good, but I don't know. It just didn't feel right. I think that if you did the black helmets with the blue jerseys and the black bottoms, it would look better. I'm not saying that it's something we shouldn't do anymore. I personally, I've never been a fan of the all white.
No, I think I actually kind of understand what you're saying
in the chat.
We have
blue jerseys, black helmets, black bottoms. I think that would look really good.
I think some of it has to do with this is there was so much hype going into that concept.
Could have been
like that. We just could not take it. It's like, it's kind of hard to live up to something when you make, but that much hype, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
That's one thing I think is, so that could be an issue.
They should have gone with a gloss black, not a flat black.
Right, and I could see why, because matte black looks cool in so many ways, but then at the same time, it doesn't. So it just depends. And it was okay, but we'll have to see. We only saw it once, and It was a night, so we'll have to see it again. All right, so cool jerseys, but now somebody else's. Do you got anything else to say on this? 2 blues, right? So that means the blues and white pants. This tells us the pants color. I'm guessing.
Maybe.
I don't.
No, can't be.
No, I don't see the pants.
That can't be right.
Well, you don't think it's one color on top of another?
Right. That's what I was thinking. Is the bottom color white? But you wouldn't wear black pants, would you?
Yeah, they've worn black pants with white tops.
White. Okay.
I actually think that looks pretty good.
So blue. They wouldn't wear blue jerseys with white pants.
the last few
They've done
years,
that plenty
they've
of
done a
times.
lot of
Yeah.
switching it up, of mixing and matching of different pants and, different things of that nature. So I don't know, man. I'm not sure. It'll be interesting.
All right. What do we got next?
We got first CK back on the show. Me and him were fighting to put him back up. Here we go. CK, welcome back.
Thank you.
Now we
Glad
got
to be back.
covered by comments.
Yeah. So we have our guest joining us, and we're gonna go to him in just one moment. But we wanted to get to this bit of news first. The Carolina Panthers have brought in Deion Jones to play linebacker. Now, this has a lot of different meanings for a lot of different people. To me, this enters into a whole nother discussion about Frankie Louvu and what his role in that defense might be. But Deion Jones, former linebacker out of LSU, he was a Pro Bowler for the Atlanta Falcons. And, this is another piece to our defensive arsenal. Boys, what do you make of this?
When it comes to the linebacker position, they've been looking for, I think they know that they've got Shaq there. They've got Brandon Smith, and then the other guys. I don't know. I guess you need a veteran. Or are they concerned? We'll see. How do you think they're going to deploy him? I know a lot of people were hype about Deion Jones because just 2 years ago, he had pretty significant numbers. And a lot of people have made the comment that hey, in the years past, we got to hear tired Whitehead, we call him. Then we had the guy, the fake cat killer, whatever his name was. And then
Poor
Littleton.
guy.
That poor guy, he fake killed a cat, dude, to try to get his girlfriend to cry.
At least he didn't really kill it.
I know. He killed her
not-
laptop. It's still my favorite, one of my favorite stories. And I feel like I'm the only one that loves the story, and everybody is like, meh. But he's like, oh, there goes Bubbles. It reminds me of Boondock Saints. But a lot of people say he's just of a better caliber player right here. I think that this is a place you're going to bring in depth. Now, who were some guys that got cut? I think a defensive tackle.
Bravion Roy.
Oh, Bravion Roy, the stone.
Yeah,
Boulder man.
the Boulder holdout from the Matt Rule regime, defensive tackle out of Baylor, and it just seemed like the Panthers were going to move in a different direction on that one.
Okay. I don't know enough about Jones to really make a fair assessment about this. I just know that I feel like the linebacker core was something we needed to work on. So I guess strength in numbers and depth is always good. If he was a Pro Bowl player 2 years ago, we know he's got it in him. So I'm okay to see what he has got to offer.
Yeah, agreed. We'll see. How do you know at this point? We've seen so little of these defense. Now, here, one other thing. And it's really been hard to kind of look at that position group, is that we haven't really been able to see the formations deployed incredibly closely in so many ways. But, I've heard the linebackers making plays, I do think this is going to be a guy that's not going to be maybe that allows Louvu to play more on the edge. Some people believe that, right? And and in fact, Brian Burns' brother is talking about how he believes Louvu can be an edge factor, much like Hassan Reddick was. It was slightly weird seeing Deion Jones wearing Brian Burns' old number.
Yeah,
it was a little bit weird. Right.
Yeah. And I was going to say, he was asked about it in his press conference. That's a big nothing burger. That's, he needed a number. That was what was available. Brian Burns moved on from it. It is going to be weird seeing 53 in the defense and not seeing it as Brian Burns, but I think that 0 is going to fit him incredibly well.
Yeah.
So we're
a lot of zeros in front of that number he's about to sign this week.
Behind it, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So here, I do want to do this before we get to our guest. We've got Alex Zeitlow from the Charlotte Observer in just 1 minute. I want to remind you guys, or let you guys know, that the C3 Panthers podcast is tonight sponsored by Caldera Labs. Caldera Labs is one of the leading companies, and here we can put me up in this. Let's go, Tony Solo. Right. Caldera Labs is a leading company in men's facial care. And guys, I got to tell you, so many. Look, I'm 41. I'll be 42 this year. And, maybe it's the masculinity thing. Maybe it's this is like, guys, we don't take care of ourselves. And so many times you do have to kind of remind yourself that you got to do this. So, right, look, is we've partnered with Caldera Labs. You can go to calderalab.com/C3. And this is high performance men's skincare products. The regimen leads, it's a twice a day routine that transforms your skin. I'm going to tell you this, guys. Here are the products right here. I got them in the mail. I'm doing them right now. Like, not right this second. I did it today. You do this, right? They've got this. It's called Clean Slate. This is your facial wash. One pump takes care of things. This is the stuff my son said, give me this mess. Help him for bags. I got baggy eyes under here. And then you've got this facial cream as well as this like serum. And what this does is I can tell you immediately you feel like, so I'm going to do this for the next 30 days. We're going to be partnering calderalabs.com. Go to calderalab.com/C3. You will get, I believe it is 20% off if you use that code. Yes, it is. It's 20% off. For the next 30 days, you're going to be using these products. We're going to see what they do because I got these deep wrinkles on my forehead because I don't get any sleep. And I just try to keep my eyes open with muscles because I'm dead, like I'm dying to go to bed. Big bags. But I got to tell you this right away. You can feel it. And one other thing is, I know that with some of these products that they're not cheap, right? You go to the website and stuff like this. This is cool. Like this could last 4 months. I mean, I've used this like 6 times right now, and like it hasn't even made a dip in it. So calderalab.com/C3. Go check it out. Men, take care of yourselves. Don't let the ladies only be the one that cares about how they look. And let's see if Tony can get younger over the next 30 days. I feel young. I feel great. Cody Lack, what do we got next?
Yeah, so one happy to have a brand new sponsor going into the season. If you want to support the pod, supporting our sponsors is always one of the best and easiest ways to help your boys grow and continue bringing to do this content that you so love. So if you've been following me on Twitter or any of us on any of our social media platforms, you know that basically I was blessed enough to be profiled by the Charlotte Observer. Thanks to Tony and Mike K. And our next guest is the man who wrote the piece that appeared in the Charlotte Observer. It's on the Charlotte Observer website. And today it's officially in the Charlotte Observer newspaper as well. It is my honor to introduce Alex Zeitlow from the Charlotte Observer. Alex, we are happy to have you, man. How are you, brother?
Oh, I'm so good. I'm happy to be here.
I heard, did you guys get a little reprieve from the heat today? Were you down in Spartanburg today or yesterday?
I was not in Spartanburg.
Okay.
I will be there. I'll be there later this week, Friday and Saturday. But Mike K was there. Scott Fowler, our columnist, was there. So we had a strong contingent there. This is our final week of some of our interns being there. And so they were like, let me go to training camp. And we were like, heck yeah, go to training camp. So
I heard today was slightly overcast as well as yesterday was just the death heat. So, it was nice catching up with you on Saturday, and thank you for taking the time to meet up with us. Is this your first how many training camps have you been to?
This is training camp number 1 for me.
Number 1. So you're riding with Mike K. Do you guys ride together when you go there?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? That's a fantastic question, Tony. We stayed for the first 3 nights of training camp. So we left Thursday morning and then not Thursday, Wednesday morning. Was it Wednesday or was it Tuesday? My brain is completely fried. But I rolled up to his house at like 5 a.m.
Right.
And then we did not leave each other's sights, and we're not outside of shouting distance from each other for like 4 straight days because we also stayed in the same hotel. So it was like Mike K and if Mike K and Alex Zetlow were ever going to butt heads, that's when it was going to happen, but it didn't happen. So
it's pronounced Zetlow?
Oh, it is pronounced Zetlow, yeah.
Zetlow. I got to say it quick. So
I don't know how the I snuck in there, but
Oh, okay. There we go. But all right. So you guys rode down there. Was he ready when you went to pick him up, or
Yeah.
when you guys met?
Oh yeah.
He's waiting. Is who's more on time? You or him?
He's
More
probably
punctual,
more on
should I say?
time. He's probably more on time than I am normally. However, this was my first training camp. I was jacked up. I was like
Excited.
awake at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
When did you join the Observer?
I joined the Observer in August 2022. Actually, today is my 1-year anniversary.
Oh, congratulations!
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you so much. And before that, I wrote for a newspaper in Rock Hill, South Carolina, for 3 years. So I've been in this journalism game for 4 years.
Wow. You got a baby face, so that's crazy. You must have like came straight out of high school. It feels like no.
No, I've been using that Calder lab. I'm just kidding.
He's like here is look at this kid. Look at how good he looks. He's been using Caldera Labs calderalabs.com/C3. Make sure you use the promo code C3, folks. We need them to renew. You know what I'm saying? As I love when these sponsorships reach out and they're like, we're partner, everybody, do this, we're gonna give you this, and you're gonna talk. Now, here's the test. So I'm like, bitches, buy something, please. Buy something. Grandma, mom, everybody, buy. Nah.
So
right,
Alex, let me jump in here real quick. First, let me personally thank you, man. Everyone from my friends and my family have reached out, and this has been an incredible thing. I never thought I'd be the subject of a piece for the Charlotte Observer, and man, you did a fantastic job, man. You included every possible thing in the article that I wanted you to include, and you did a great job, man. I kind of wanted to know to ask you a little bit, how did you get into journalism, and how was it exactly that you started working for the Charlotte Observer?
Great questions, Cody. Firstly, thank you for being so open and so vulnerable and being willing to answer all of my questions and just meet me and talk about your life. Just based on the couple of comments that I've seen from your friends on Twitter or whatever, some have said, Cody, you're so open with yourself, but I know you don't like to share. I know you don't want anyone to view your congenital condition as like, something that you feel sorry for, but and you were so open about that, and you made that so clear, and I was really moved by it, and I really appreciate your time. But to answer your question about what got me into journalism, I feel like I'm among the last generation of kids who, I'm 26 years old. I feel like I'm among the last generation of kids who grew up with their dad and mom reading the newspaper while eating cereal at the kitchen table. Like I saw my parents do that. I grew up in Raleigh. The Raleigh News and Observer was the paper of record there. And I grew up reading Luke DeCock. I grew up a huge UNC fan, and I read Chip Alexander, and I read all these people. And also I just really liked writing, and writing was like the only thing I was any good at. So that's kind of what put me on that path. I went to UNC, joined the student newspaper there at the Daily Tar Heel. I got to intern at the News and Observer, which is my hometown paper, which was like a dream come true. And then right out of school, I started at the Rock Hill Herald, which was my previous stop. And I covered high school sports as well as Winthrop basketball, if you've heard of Winthrop University.
Yeah, definitely.
And then they make the NCAA tournament every once in a while.
Cool. Good bit.
Nice.
And then in August, I got the opportunity to join the prestigious Charlotte Observer sports desk. And that was just crazy to me, full time. And so I joined the Charlotte Observer sports staff. I'm kind of a GA sort of person. My main thing that I do, believe it or not, is cover NASCAR.
Right on.
Okay.
Yeah. So the main thing I do is cover NASCAR at the moment.
How do you like that?
Yeah. I also cover Charlotte FC, and I've gotten the chance to do more Panthers stuff recently, and it's just been fantastic. I will say I feel myself rambling a little bit, but one last thing before I shut up.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to do is to articulate what sports mean to cities, to communities, to fans, to people. And like in everything that I've done, whether it's NASCAR, Charlotte FC, I have gone out there and I've talked to fans and I've like tried to learn what that means. And I've done stories about that. And so when Mike K said, yo, there's this guy, his name's Cody. I haven't met him before, but he seems really cool. Has a pretty cool story. I like jumped at it, and the result was like a really fulfilling thing.
You know, it's wild that sports mean so much to us, you know, and so in so many ways is that when we started this podcast, it was a way of keeping up together, keeping friends together. We kind of make this like a breaking bread moment, but it does. Sports mean different things to different people for different reasons. I want to this is a multi-pronger, and then I'm going back to Cody because I got to talk about three things. Did you like NASCAR before you started covering it?
I'm from North Carolina, so I knew of like motorsports is kind of in the atmosphere here.
Right. I am, but I don't follow it. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
You know of it.
Yeah, certainly. I knew of it. I would say that I had a favorite driver. My guy was Kyle Busch in the M&M's car.
Oh,
you know yeah. So I followed it. I knew about it, but I wasn't a week.
Has it been fun learning about it?
Oh, it's been so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to pivot on this is another great reporter, my favorite, the GOAT, got his start in NASCAR, David Newton. Right?
He's your GOAT.
Oh, I love him, man. I think that people are too, and I'm not being. It's not a stick for me, or it's not a backhanded compliment. David Newton asks the questions nobody else wants to ask. He comes at him hard, and he makes mistakes like everybody in the world, like I do. And today was one. We'll talk about that later. But the other is, speaking of, you mentioned the Daily Tar Heel. That's the Carolina newspaper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with Jonathan Jones?
Of course.
Okay.
Legend.
Well, so he got his start at the Daily Tar Heel, and I'm an East Carolina grad alum. And one of my first interactions on Twitter was arguing with Jonathan Jones about a article he wrote in the Daily Tar Heel about how the Pirates want us to be a rival, but we don't care about them. And then we hung 70 up on them mugs. We hung 70 on them, bro. Like, so bad. That was one of my first things. All right, back to you, Cody.
Yeah. So, my question to you is: you said that you've started to do Charlotte FC a little bit more. That's been a brand new thing to this area that has really kind of caught fire. You know, we're a Panthers podcast, but the Panthers owner, David Tepper, brings a soccer team to Charlotte. What has your experience been covering Charlotte FC?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, like what you guys do, like what any good fan base does, what fandom does in general, is they rally around a sports team, and like you see different parts of your city, of your community through that sports lens. Like one of the most meaningful stories that I wrote about Charlotte FC, or it wasn't about Charlotte. Well, it was about Charlotte FC, was the Latino and Hispanic communities gathering around Charlotte FC. They're this community who have been a growing part of the population here in Charlotte for the last 20 years, 30 years. And I don't think a lot of people knew how international this city was until an MLS program or an MLS franchise came here.
Yeah.
And the way that I'm sure you guys are familiar with this, but Charlotte FC has this really beautiful tradition at the beginning of all their matches where the person who sings the national anthem sings the first two verses and then extends the microphone to the rest of the crowd, and the rest of the crowd sings. And it was started because in their inaugural match, 77,000 people in Bank of America Stadium, I'm getting goosebumps just telling the story, but just so many eyes on this place. They are so happy that soccer, the global sport, is in this global city in some ways. And the audio goes out mid-national anthem. and yet all these people linking arms and perhaps a little inebriated, are singing along, and they are lifting up this song. And so many people, whether they be immigrants, whether they be second generation Americans, are coming together and they're singing the national anthem. And like, it's so beautiful. And so I think that's the power of Charlotte FC. I think that is the legacy of Charlotte FC through 2 seasons, because it is unrelenting. Like, that fandom is still there.
How do football fans learn from that, from the football fans, right? If you think about it, is like, I don't like, again, soccer. I call it, you know what I mean? But like, soccer wasn't big when I was a kid. Anyway, it's the biggest sport in the whole damn world. I was on my honeymoon in 2006 and the World Cup was going on, and I was a place where all these English people were at, and they're coming out singing songs. They have scarves. They have all of these crazy traditions. They're wildly committed with all of these. How do we, as football fans, and particularly as this podcast, kind of pivot off of some of those awesome cultural things that the soccer people have? Like, how do we, so you got the national anthem one. Are there any other kind of shticks, I guess, for lack of a better term, that they're doing at these games? And how do we pivot that to football? Or can we?
Yeah, well, that's a fascinating question. Some of the other traditions that they do, they have a supporter section, like in Bank of America Stadium, where like the most intense fans congregate. And so like you just get a concentration of like diehard fans. It would basically be like all of C3 followers in like 3 sections. Oh,
that's cool.
Where like you're just like screaming your head off, and you're yelling at Camus Gruget Hill, and most people in the stands don't even know who that guy is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
There's that. They also bring in instruments.
Like they have the, like, in sometimes at the World Cup they got those things of,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they bring in drums, bro. They bring in like horns.
The NFL is not going to let us do that,
bro. Charlotte FC is owned by David Tepper.
Yeah,
make something happen.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying. One thing before we go on, and then I'm going to let Cody take over for most of the rest, is him, because we got to get to football and some things. What is this about? Hold on, we're gonna play
There's no
twice.
shade on the.
Hold on, this is the Charlotte FC. This is Will. I think it's Will Palumbo.
We call him Willie P.
Willie P. But this is his, and this is the shortest one. But he goes in. He's going the call from the pass, the kick. This thing has gone viral. All right, guys, listen to his. You know, like we all think we're gonna call like the home run, or like the Joe Buck calls a home run in the World Series. This is, you know, and they get crazy excited about goals in soccer because they don't score very many. So this is our play-by-play announcer.
Another one for Stadowski! And that one was more impressive than the first!
There's no shade on the.
Not at all.
So everybody on the internet's been going crazy, and this isn't the best clip. I'm gonna find a better one for later on. Is that he sounds before. Like Mickey Mouse. And like the internet's got all these clips of like Mickey Mouse and like taking over the thing. It's like amazing, dude. Are people talking about this around where you're at, Alex?
Oh, of course. I mean, like, keep MLS weird. Keep MLS unique.
Yeah,
you know
it's kind of like what is it for like with minor league baseball? You know, like every game is like meant to be wacky. You know, they got things for the kids. They got cool logos. I like it.
Sure. I mean, it is a bit unfortunate that it's been memeified, because Willie P is actually like a fantastic
sports commentator. Like he's really been in the business for a long time.
Guy. Right. He's a great play-by-play guy. He like knows a ton about the team. And so like, I mean, I'm glad that he's getting some recognition, but at the same time, like people are coming in and they're like kind of clowning him. And I'm like, yo, like this guy knows his stuff. So yeah, but no, I've heard about it.
Okay.
He has
All right,
that
go
job for a reason. Let's just say
Right.
that,
Right.
worthy of the job. And Alex, we appreciate you for being on tonight, man. We don't want to take up too much of your time, but I did want to ask to kind of transition to the Panthers here. You work for the Charlotte Observer, and dude, there's a lot going on for the Panthers this year. Moved up to number 1 to draft a quarterback. We have a brand new coaching staff. There's so much turnaround this year compared to other years. In your short time there, have you noticed like a buzz at the Observer surrounding the Carolina Panthers? And what are your thoughts just as a fan, as a follower of football? What do you think this Panthers team is potentially capable of doing this year?
I have noticed a little bit of a buzz. However, my football consciousness, my professional football consciousness came about right when Cam Newton, kind of like you, Cody. It came about when Cam Newton was entering the league. And I don't think the Panthers have ever felt anything like that before. I don't think that they it's tough to say, but I'm not sure that you really can because of his Supermanness, because of his larger than lifeness, his charisma. It seemed like every time he stepped on the football field, he was putting the city on his back type of stuff. So I am familiar with what the Panthers can do to this city, can do to the Carolinas. As far as you say, have I noticed a buzz? Yes, I have noticed a buzz. If I were in the newsroom in 2011, I would imagine it was a bigger deal back then. But hey, as far as what the Panthers can do this year, I think that they can win their division. I don't mean to, I hope that's not hyperbolic or whatever, but no. I look at their division and I don't see, it's kind of wide open. A lot of reporters have been asking about that this weekend because you got a Tampa Bay team that is trying to find a new quarterback. If they start Baker Mayfield, God bless him. If you you got New Orleans Saints who are coming off a not great year. You got the Falcons who are also not coming off a great year and who have a question at quarterback as well. This division is wide open. I think in the NFL, as you guys know, you need all the other parts. You absolutely need them. But without a quarterback, the team is not great.
Dead in the water.
It's kind of unfair and it kind of feels reductive, but that's kind of what happens. And so the biggest downfall of the Matt Rule era was that he just couldn't find that quarterback. And if Bryce Young is that guy, and if Frank Reich is the quarterback guru that people have acclaimed him to be, then I think the Panthers will start hot and they'll stay hot for a while. And I think they'll start at year 1.
Yeah. Well, man, Alex, you've been fantastic tonight. Again, I want to point everybody in the direction of the Charlotte Observer. Alex, you wrote an incredible article, man. Like I said, all of my family and friends have been hitting me up, telling me how proud of me they are. Everybody, all the C3 Panther fans have been incredible. And if it wasn't for you writing this article, it wouldn't have been possible, man. So I want to personally thank you, not only for myself, but on behalf of the C3 Panthers podcast. We've been working for a long time. And I think I speak for all of us. This is probably the most publicity that we've ever gotten, from a legitimate media outlet, man. So I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for everything that you've done. And I want to give you an opportunity for you to plug whatever you want to, tell people where they can find you, what you have coming up, and just, just how they can support you and the Charlotte Observer.
Thank you, Cody. Also, I have no idea what just happened. I'm in
the lights went out.
Yeah, I'm in the room in my home that I use for a study, and I don't know what's going on with the lights. But to support, firstly, Cody, thank you so much for being so open again. As I mentioned, it was really fun, and I hope to continue hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
hope I didn't drone on too long. Hopefully,
No.
you
What was the
great.
reception? Has there been any? Have you heard anything about the reception with your editor? Did your editor say anything about it, or is this just kind? I mean, I know that's like. I mean, you don't have to make something up just to make me feel better, but
no, I would
I
never
know
do
on
that.
Twitter our people support. So they were going to go out and they're going to read it. They're going to go. I mean, look, Muscles Marinara's in the chat. He's the owner of Monster Sub and Grub. He got mentioned in it. And then on top of that, Sheena Quick and then went and ate lunch there today. So like we're small, but we're mighty, right? In our support. But have you
C3 family, we
have you
support
gotten
one another,
any,
man.
what Mike say, or what did you like, or is it just like you guys are so busy? And I know that could be the case.
Well, no, it's gotten a lot of really awesome. I've gotten a lot of really awesome feedback from my editors. It's gotten, not to get too much into the metrics of it, but it got me some new subscriptions, which is good. It's good for business.
Nice.
By the way, it only costs $1, guys. If you go your first month at Charlotte Observer to get the digital version is $1. Right. And then you got to not watch out, but you need to make sure that, that the prices, that's like I think it's a promotional price for the first month, but you guys, this is the time to go and get the subscription. I mean, it's training camp.
And the Observer is always putting out, for as long as I can remember, have put out top tier content.
They have like 7 stories already since like 2 days ago. Like, so, I mean, I'm a subscriber to it, but like, it's like this, as I was like, but your story's one day old, Cody. It's already being pushed down to the bottom, man. I'm sitting there going, man, look at these guys. They're out there working.
Well, look, I had my mom go out and grab like 5 different papers today,
nice.
So that way I could have something to send to family and friends. So, yeah. That was
all
great.
right. So I'm sorry, Alex, I took over. But
no problem. I will say one last thing you said. What did Mike say? Mike K is our beat writer who's there every day. And he actually texted me like when it first got up, and he wrote a very beautiful text message to me, and he was very kind, as you guys know. And he said, "When I'm 50, I hope I can write like Alex Zetlow at 26," which was super nice. It's super nice.
As someone who writes themselves, I'm a community college, I'm a history teacher, community college, but I write for a living and for a hobby. It's a labor, man, and getting a compliment, they're far and few between, especially when someone you respect gives you a compliment. You hold. Whenever my thesis advisor said anything nice, you would just cherish it like a little baby. So that must have been awesome. Mike is nice, dude. He's like,
dude, Mike is awesome.
Down
all of our interactions with Mike have been wonderful.
Yeah. No, great person, extremely hard worker, like you say. I'm looking forward to working with him more in the future. But like that story was Cody. That's what it was. Yeah. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was like, it wasn't anything.
He's like a celebrity, dude, this week. I mean, like people are coming up to us. Like I got messages from people that said, we want to say hello, but we were starstruck. I was like, bro, we're dummies on the internet. Right. Please come and give us a hug and make us feel like that. But Alex, thank you so much. You can tell them how they can go get the best deal at the Charlotte Observer. And folks, even if it's a short-term subscription for the football season, go do it. They used to have, and I don't know if they still have this, but you used to be able to get just a sports pass for Raleigh and Charlotte, which was also cool. So you could get the Hurricanes news, you can get the Charlotte news, and it was a little bit cheaper than the full newspaper. But Charlotte right now, I mean, first month's $1, right, Alex?
Yes, for a limited time, $1. Just click on articles until you hit a paywall, and then once you hit that paywall, be like, yo, I want to have a subscription. It'll funnel you the right way. You put in your payment
information.
Super
easy too. You can even use PayPal, which I love. Anytime someone uses PayPal, it just makes my life easy.
So do that.
2023 wasn't a good year for the Carolina Panthers, but I'm trying to make 2024 a better one for myself. Get started on your resolutions with Factor so you're ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including keto options, Calorie Smart, vegan plus veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolutions. Skip that overpriced takeout trap. Factor is cheaper and way more delicious than takeout. Get chef-crafted, restaurant-quality meals delivered right to your door, and they're ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes, which means more time for you. Head to factormeals.com/C350 and use the promo code C350 to get 50% off. That's code C350 at factormeals.com/C350 to get 50% off.
CharlotteObserver.com. Like, I get it. A lot of people, Joe Person of The Athletics, great. David Newton, your guy at ESPN, fantastic. They are really they know this team. The Charlotte Observer puts out so much content. If you are a diehard fan, this is the place.
And all
for
the
you.
stars have come from there anyway. Joe Person was at the Charlotte Observer. We got who was our girl that went to the routes girl?
Jordan Rodriguez.
Jordan Rodriguez. Jonathan Jones, the superstar. He's the legend. He's the GOAT for you guys, isn't he? He's on TV.
Yes.
Like Carolina Tar Heel. You love him, don't you?
Well, here's what I'll tell. I mean, most people in the chat probably watch multiple content creators, podcasts, all that stuff, because they want different opinions. I think it's important that you do the same thing with the actual media. You can talk about David Newton, you can talk about Joe Person, but it doesn't hurt to go and get the different perspectives, because you might have 3 different people come at the opinions that you have for our defense from a completely different way of looking at it. And then especially with that much content, you're certainly going to have that. So without question, certainly worth especially the dollar. But it's the season's upon us, man. You guys are every Monday morning going to be looking through every article you can find, every Twitter post you can find, every video you can find, especially if we're doing very well. You just want to see how positively people are talking about the Panthers. So definitely check out the Charlotte Observer. And if this article about Cody is any indication of how good the content is and how the articles are written, it's going to be a positive. It's going to be one that you're going to probably keep for a long time.
I do have one writing critique.
Okay.
And it's not about your writing. It's about when you use a quotation. Sometimes you can. All right. So in my second quote that you used for me, and I said, we got all this party going around us, maybe a cerveza on an empty stomach. And I said, like a 15-year-old girl, I said, it's like Cody's personality. You could have just omitted the and just hit you could have just
sounds
said,
like you more than him.
No,
brother.
it's authentic, baby. No,
I was like
this.
this. I was like, it's like his person. And I was like, man, I was reading. I was like, damn, I know I talk.
Tony, you've just said
miss
5 times.
I know.
You didn't want to misquote you.
I'm going to go back and edit this whole podcast and get every single like out of it.
No. You know what's even funnier? So I rode there with my mom, and we're just chilling, and I didn't realize that she had hung her purse on the back of my chair. So the photo of me, very visibly, there's a purse hanging on the side of my chair. I'm like, bro,
it's a man satchel, bro.
But yeah, that's my man satchel. That's what we'll tell everybody.
Oh, gosh.
But Alice, you have been fantastic tonight. Thanks for coming on the show. And we definitely intend to have you on here more throughout the season, man. Thanks so much for your time, brother.
Thank you so much. Support all Panthers journalism. We need it, and
it's hard to make a buck.
And everybody. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
And keep doing what y'all are doing. The Panthers cannot survive without places like C3. So
thank you so much.
That means a lot.
Wonderful stuff.
Thank you,
man. Cody, you were celebrity. I had my friend, I was showing I was showing my friend the article at work today, and she was reading my quotes in her critical tone of me. And but anyway, you were a celebrity this weekend.
Yeah, dude, it's been crazy, man. So many people, showing up Thursday and Saturday. I mean, listen, I can speak for all of us. So many people came up to us and took pictures. As soon as we got to training camp, people recognized our voice, turned around, saw us. Dude, whenever, I mean, listen, whenever you see us, and listen, tomorrow, me, CK, and Greg, we're going to be at Fan Fest. If you're going to be at Fan Fest, say hi to us, man. We take pictures. We love to say hello. C3 is a fan community for the Carolina Panthers, and we want everyone to feel like they're a part of it, man. And when people come up and they say nice things, and they've been so complimentary of the article and everything that's been going on, dude, it's been crazy, man.
You know how great it is when it gives. It sucks and it's awesome all at the same time when that lends legitimacy to what we've been doing for so long, right? Because like my mom read it, my aunt, you know what I'm saying? Like and they're like, oh, wow, you guys are really doing something that is. And I'm like, yeah, we've been doing this shit for 10 years, folks.
Yeah, it's like now finally people will take us serious.
So this is my favorite. Here, let's get to some super chats because it's like Alex said, is that none of this is possible without the people who listen.
Oh, dude. All right, so how about this? Our man Don D's Ill Skills has been a member for 6 months. Shout out to Don.
Nice.
It says 20C3, baby. If y'all don't know, you need to put it in the chat room right now. 20C3, the year
of 20C3, bro.
It is the year of C3, man. We're doing bigger things than we ever have before. And it's the year we drafted our quarterback. Dude, it is going to be a big time year. 20C3. Use that hashtag on Twitter too and get people using it, talking about 20C3. Man, that's awesome. We love it. Our boy David Screws with the $5 says, can I meet you boys at FanFest? Yes, you certainly can. We will be there. If you see us, man, say hello.
Where are you guys going to be at? Do you know? Do you have assigned seats yet?
Yeah, I have to look. Me, Greg, and Mike have different ones than CK has, but we're gonna try and meet up a little bit beforehand and hang out with one another. And yeah, we'll be out and about walking around.
What else do we got? We got any more?
Drew Irvin, member for 5 months. What's one word that comes to mind about Bryce?
Adorable. Adorable.
Likeable.
Oh, I can only say like on this podcast. CK.
I will say determined.
Poised?
What I think.
No, prepared. Prepared. Right. Yeah. Advanced. How about that? We'll say advanced. The DJ Chark, dude, the news coming out about him. In fact, let's go ahead and let's jump to that real quick.
We have a couple more things.
We have two more.
Okay. Super sticker. Oh, great.
Yeah, Billy Hall with a $10 super sticker. Thanks you so much, Billy. We appreciate it. And Paisan Muscles Marinara says, Tony, you're putting over the Don, made me go through over 15 pounds of prosciutto. The fans listen. Salute. Man, how do you not love that, bro?
Yeah.
How do you not love that?
Dude, I looked up. All right, so CK sent me a message today, or sent us all a message, and it was a screenshot of CK. That's what screwed me up. You sent a screenshot of Sheena and Vashti out at Monster Subs,
right?
Which is great. Like they got more. So look, we had our first live podcast at Monster Subs. Then they get mentioned in the Charlotte Observer. Then Sheena's there, right? But you had a picture. You were watching the Pat McAfee show at the time.
Yeah, you saw that, yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. Sheena said she was at Monster Subs and Grub at Pat McAfee. That's what I thought at first. I was like, damn, PJ getting on the map. And then I was like looking at it. I was like, wait a second. That's when the video goes up. But bro, I hope look is we do want to remind everybody is look, Muscles Marinara, supporter of the podcast, listener of the podcast, and a paisan, a brother. And when we found out that he owned a restaurant in Spartanburg, we were like, this is a great place for us to just go and do our live broadcast. He was so gracious. This was he fed us like a good Italian. He's like his I'm surprised his mother wasn't out there feeding us, right? Because that's like my grandma won't let you leave before, but he's feeding you the cannolis. Like it's like we can't stop. It's like you got to eat in Italian culture, man. It's like it's insulting to not eat it. The shooters are fantastic. The food look sometimes just simple love.
Yeah,
I got so it was great. It was fantastic.
One more thing, and shout out to Don Diesel Skills for reminding me and being the good brand ambassador that he is. He did not let me forget.
I told him to remind me a bunch of stuff too.
Just don't care. Gifted 5 subs in the chat room. That
monster sub. That's a monster sub.
Yeah, it is.
That's what we're gonna call it. You just gifted a monster sub.
I like that. Yeah,
dude. Just don't care is the man, dude. We love that guy. We appreciate everything that he does. But
I wanted to mention one other thing when we were talking about how fun training camp was. Is not only we got some good pictures and hung out. Claire from 704 Charlotte Bound podcast. We got to meet her and hang out with her and her husband for a couple of days. Will Robinson, too, by the way, at the creator chat. Well, he was at the Main Street Pub. We got to meet old hat Pat Coltrane. And I do want to shout out and thank Panther Nation podcast.
Yeah, PNP.
For making that group thing. And we need this and Tim's in the chat right now. Thank you, Tim, for showing up. I met Tim. It was great. Tim has been a longtime supporter and friend of mine on the internet. And again, somebody that I get to meet in person. Somebody took our picture, him and myself, and then him, myself, and his wife. And I think it's either on your mom's phone, Cody's phone. See, whoever's got, I need you guys to send me all your pictures.
Okay.
He's asked me for the picture, and he said some lady took it. And I was like, shit, was it just Joan? Then you wonder, too. And my fear was because I was asking everybody for it. And I've been busy, I've been trying to ask. And then my fear was I handed the phone to somebody and they acted like they took the picture, but they didn't know what they were doing. Right. And there's like just no picture. Now I'm wondering, am I chasing a fake fraudulent picture around? Oh my gosh. But here's us at Monster Subs. Look at this. It's like, I think it looks cool, Cody. What did you guys think about doing a live broadcast together?
Oh man, it was my favorite, man. Like, dude, this is a legendary moment, and of course we need to hear from CK and Greg here too. But to me, this was a legendary moment in the history of the C3 Panthers podcast, man. All of us being together in person, doing a live pod. There's no, we got to feed off of each other's energy. It was incredible, man. And I'll never, ever forget CK eyeballing those cannolis. Like
that is a sub.
He was right in front of us.
The sub, like it was a booty.
Hey, you guys want to hear something really sad?
What's that?
Well, Tony's aware of this.
Gained 8 pounds.
No. Tony's aware of this. When we got back to the hotel, the cannolis fell on the floor. So I didn't even get one.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I think the hardest part about being there, I absolutely loved broadcasting live. Like, it kind of makes me hate doing what I'm doing right now in this room by myself.
I know.
I feel kind of lonely.
Can't see you.
But you don't have me rubbing your thigh,
I know. That was the best part of it. See, there's only a few times that you see both mine and CK's have 2 hands above the table.
This is the only.
We chose to sit next to each other.
This is the only still frame that works.
The whole table's shaking.
Only 3 hands are accountable right here.
Guys, Cody and I are trying to do this podcast over here.
Yeah, they're busy hanky-pankying around under the table, dude.
You know,
Bunch of weirdos over here.
the only bad part about this right here was I didn't order food beforehand, so I had to sit there the whole time watching other people eat and smelling this food in there, and it smelled so good. And look, I've had a crazy weekend going back and forth to a lot of different places, a lot of different food and everything. I haven't had a meal better than I had the sub there yet.
That's really great.
The best last meal I've had.
It doesn't. So look, and I hope, and please don't take this the wrong way, folks. If I say something as simple that that's not a negative. It's like you do this. It's like, what do? You use good bread. You use good cold cuts, right? You use quality product. Mm-hmm. And I would tell you guys, and this is coming from a place that's a little bit smaller than Spartanburg, and I know the prices are too cheap. I mean,
Monsters? Dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's like $1 under at least more than, you know what I'm saying? Like if you go, and again, like you get more, you're not
like finishing
it's a New Jersey deli, dude. That's all it is. I mean, not all it is. That's what it is. In fact, the most bizarre fucking part is that it's in Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest part about it. It's like, oh, this shit's great. You know what's the weird part? We're in Spartanburg. How the hell how do you guys get real peppers? Look, they got Italian peppers they put on the sub. He says you want the spicy ones. You want the sweet. Here is my advice, folks. Do the mix. Do the sweet and the spicy peppers together. You get it's gorgeous.
On the Don,
stuff.
right? Yeah, definitely.
And then the other one I got was it's the corned beef, pastrami corned beef.
The Reuben?
Yeah. And it was, and I think Pan Axe was the one that put me on this, is you do part pastrami, part corned beef, half and half. That's crazy, isn't it? All right. So look, is a fantastic, what were we? I don't even know where we got. Oh, I wanted to tell you about Pickle. Dude, Pickle. I walk up to Panther Pickle. Meet Panther Pickle for the first time. It was awesome.
Yeah, shout out Panther Pickle.
It was fantastic. He's so good. He's such a cool. Mike he's going to be the second person with a clothing line. In fact, I already got it. But somebody said, "Hey, this is your Pickle, right?" Took a picture with him, and then they said, "Let me get a shut the hell up." They asked him, "Do you know the guy from The Boys?" The guy that's like the one that hates the soups.
Yes.
And he says he's an act, and because the word cunt, excuse me, guys, is a commonly used word in Australian and New Zealand
and the
dialect. Like it's like the F word for us, or saying a bitch, I guess, or whatever. He says, I saw an interview with him. He said, people come up to me and they want to take a picture with me and then ask me to call him a cunt. And that was the first thing I thought of when Pickle goes, somebody asked to take a picture of me and they said, give me a shut the hell up. I'd be like, shut the hell up, motherfucker.
Yeah. Dude, hey, that's one of the things I love. When we say that we're C3 Nation and we want everyone to feel like they're part of C3, dude, Panther Pickle, he's on every Friday show with me, man. Dude, him
running
Anthony,
the spaces,
White Chocolate. Now him and Don Diesel Skills, they're running the spaces. C3 Cole, shout out to Cole. Yeah, man, dude, it makes me feel good that other people get a little bit of this, hey, this rising tide that lifts all boats, man. So, I'm happy for everyone involved, man. C3 Nation,
absolutely.
We're going to the top.
Yeah, going to the top. But I think something that Alex said resonates, and that is. Tony, you talked about how do we mimic the culture or the excitement as a fan base for the Panthers. And this type of a community community is one of those things as we talked about before. I think it is truly closer to a family than we'd like to than many people would probably like to admit. Community is the easy way out. We have a family, and so when you have that, when you have people who feel like they're a part of this, who are constantly being able to go and express their opinions in a respectful way, and have people counter, give themselves a counter perspective and whatnot. I think that's exactly how you get excitement for this team. I think it's exactly how you build this fan base, and I think it's also how you draw new fans, because they're going to look and see, the Panthers, they have these communities that are actually coming together and discussing these things, and they're doing it in a way that doesn't make you feel like you're an outsider if you're coming in here with your own opinion. I think this is exactly the way that we try to build this culture back up, something that the Riot has been trying to do for a while. And I think that the amount of people that are out there building content around the Panthers and not just the C3, I think that's how this thing continues to grow, and we continue to build this culture around the Panthers.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, boys, let's jump into some Panther football.
Please.
Let's talk about this, because after the signing of Deion Jones, is kind of prompted this discussion. If we're now imagining that Shaq Thompson is going to be an inside linebacker and Deion Jones is going to be an inside linebacker, there is this push now to put Frankie Louvu as outside linebacker.
Well, welcome to the party, folks.
Yeah, Tony's been saying this.
I've been saying this for a long
he's
time.
The same size as like a Hassan Reddick. A lot of people think this about Frankie Louvu. My question to all of you and to everyone in the chat room is, what does this mean for bid number 49, Frankie Louvu? Would you be excited or think it's a good idea to move him at outside linebacker and let him, rush the passer far more than he has been thus far? Boys, what do you think?
I think it's a wonderful move. I think he's got the athleticism. He's got the get off. I mean, we've seen it time and time again when he's in the backfield, tackling people for a loss when he might have been on the other side of the play. I think the dude has top end speed, and I think that that's something that you take advantage of when you're in a defense that they're planning to run this year.
Yeah,
I 100% agree with you, CK. Like, I have no reason to believe that he won't be successful at this position. I'm highly impressed with everything I've seen him on the field so far. I got to be honest. Frankie Louvu plays stand out to me more in my mind than Shaq Thompson does.
that's not unfair.
He makes a lot of plays around the line of scrimmage. The question is he too light in the he don't got enough ass on him, as Joe Riolano would say.
I don't think that's true at all.
6'3", 235. He's 235 pounds.
I mean, that's still a big boy.
So the question is that if you put him out there in a role where he continuously is like a Hassan Reddick type player who is primarily meant to be a pass rusher, do teams run at you though? And that's how they try to negate that. I do like, and let's see what Hassan Reddick
Tony,
what his size is. He's listed as a linebacker as well, but he's listed as a linebacker. It says Hassan Reddick is listed. This is Wikipedia. They say 230 pounds. If that's the case, if Hassan Reddick is 230 pounds, they say 240 on NFL.com. I don't know.
He's that's 6'1", 240. That's the size.
That's the
Hassan,
same.
Yeah, Hassan Reddick was around 230, 235 pounds. But I think the question that we need to be asking is,
he's listed as 240 on the Eagles site.
Does he have the athletic ability and the pass rush maneuvers and the instinct to rush the passer as an outside linebacker in a 3-4?
Yeah, but isn't that more speed based than anything? Is it really? And I feel like in a 4-3, you need more moves and hand fighting and counter things and this and that. Isn't the 3-4 meant to have those two stand-up guys? You don't know which one is coming, but them to use their speed and athleticism to fuck with these big-ass linemen?
I mean, that's kind of a simplistic view of it. You still have to know how to fight hands and, pad placement and all that different types of stuff. But, I mean, I don't know. It all depends. I mean, there have been a lot of very fast outside linebackers that never had a bunch of success in the NFL. You have to have more than just speed. However, how about this is what is Hassan Reddick capable of doing that we have concerns that Frankie Louvu isn't? Well, I mean, Hassan has proven to be a top pass rusher in all
He
the
proved it.
NFL.
He proved it, but he also many people thought he was a bust
Yeah, it
when he
took
was
him a
playing
while.
in the wrong system, right? And he was playing in a traditional linebacker. So the question is this: is if we would have put Luke, is it crazy to think that that's a comp, right? And the way is that they're they're athletic, but they're not really athletic enough to do all the things that a inside linebacker has to do, right? They can cover for a little while. Their money is made around the line of scrimmage and getting to the quarterback. That's what Hassan Reddick's money was made. He got 17 fucking sacks or some shit last year. He made that with us and we weren't even playing. We were playing some stupid ass 3-3-5 or some shit at that point. But I really think this: if Hassan Reddick has the capability to be an outside linebacker, I don't understand why Frankie Louvu couldn't be.
Well, I mean, again, it's just the amount of time learning how to be a pass rusher. It's not a 1-for-1 transfer where if you have the right body size and the arm length, I mean, there's a lot of technique that go into playing every position. And by the way, I put a poll in the chat.
He's 6'3". Hassan Reddick is 6'1". So he's taller than Hassan Reddick. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at it. Keep going. Let me see.
Well, so I just wanted to say I put a poll in the chat. People can vote on, do you think Frankie Louvu belongs as an outside linebacker in a 3-4? And Tony, something else that's been apparent is that now multiple coaching staffs, whether it be he who shall not be named last year or our very own Frank Reich, they have nothing but great things to say about the man. This is Frank Reich talking about Frankie Louvu.
I was talking to Scott the other day, and I said, how do we end up with this guy? You know what I mean? Man, this was like the steal of the century, getting Frankie on this. So love his leadership, love his play, his consistency, his aggressiveness. Yeah, we're in a good place with Frankie.
So they love him. I mean, they feel like, having him is a steal, quote unquote. So I love it, man. If the Panthers feel comfortable moving him to that position, I say fine. I have no problem doing it. Especially since we don't know what we have opposite the position. You have DJ Johnson, who's a rookie player, Marquise Haynes, YGM. None of them really inspire a lot of confidence right now. So Frankie Louvu was number 2 on the Carolina Panthers in sacks last year. He had 5 to Brian Burns' 12. So if that is something that they do, it's not the most surprising thing in the world to me if they want to try him as a pass rusher on the opposite side.
All right, I want to read you just some quick stats from who do you want? You want Reddick's numbers coming out of college? So this is from NFLDraftScout.com. You want Reddick or you want Louvu first?
Surprise me. Read one and then I'll tell you who it is.
Okay. Let me do this. Is wingspan 77 7/8, hands 9 3/4, arms 32 3/4, vertical jump 29.5, bench 225, 21 reps. His 3-cone drill was 7 seconds, 7.03, 20-yard shuffle 40-46. He ran a 4.84 in the 40-yard dash, a 2.8 in the 20-yard dash. And he is listed at 6'2", 235.
That's Reddick.
That was Louvu.
I was gonna say Louvu.
But this was out of college. He was listed at 6'2". He was listed as a position 1 inside linebacker, position 2. All right, so what did I say? 40 times 486. Right. Well, what do you want to know about what is the key metrics? All right, so the 20-yard shuttle 3-cone drill is identical, 7.02. Frankie Louvu's was 7.03. 20-yard shuffle was for Frankie Louvu, 4.26. 4.26 for Hassan Reddick. We don't have a 40-yard time. 78. I mean, they're like identical fucking people, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
I want to know why people say Reddick can do it, but Louvu can't.
dude, how incredible would that be if we ended up getting another star pass rusher out of Frankie Louvu? Like, Louvu's been such a great player for us this entire time. And then, his like second or third year, we put him at outside linebacker, and him and Brian Burns just become this dynamic duo of havoc in the backfield. Like, come on, man, that's a dream come true.
Is there a fear that this is just rolling the dice, though? I mean, you have the people
like we have no other options.
Well, I mean, you have, Anthony's, making a point. I don't know whether it's accurate or not. But he's saying that, the plays he said all of his sacks are when plays are breaking down. He's not really on the line of scrimmage during the sacks.
When you're an outside linebacker, you're kind of just standing up and you're not on the line of scrimmage. You're kind of close up. Really, is there that much of a difference than a stunt?
His blitzes or his any pass rush he had was all coming off of blitzes anyway, right? And so to have 7 sacks, I think, is still pretty impressive. But I would be interested to see how he handles the pass rush. But the other question is it going to be a scenario where you're moving him out of position to hopefully be able to fill a need on this team that we all agree is there with the opposite of Brian Burns?
You just have to make sure that he's look, I have no fear that he can't get past a damn offensive tackle and get to the quarterback, right? Like, I mean, I believe he's fast enough. You have an advantage standing up. I don't think that these guys are just going to swallow him up as easily as people think. I think the real fear is what the fear was with Hassan Reddick is, how you negate their pass rush is you just run directly at them.
Right.
And that's the case is like, how is the run defense going to look with somebody like that? And you know what is that it's not easy to defend that. Everybody says the way to beat the 3-4 is to run at it. It's like it's meant to negate the Look, we moved to a passing league. That's a defense that's meant to be more oriented towards defending the pass. So if you run into a 3-4 team, the way that you beat them is you punch them in the mouth and you make them have to come up and commit more of their players to the box, and then you hit them. So that's the key. If you want to fuck with Louvu, is that what you would do? Is it would the limitation for Frankie Louvu would be is like kind of like not an every down player, right? If you're really like if somebody is saying like we're gonna beat your ass with a run, you're gonna have to bring in somebody else. If he's not able to deal with that that's where they get you, because that's where you negate his skill set and you win with the guards, you win with the big tight ends, you win with that line. So that's the question. But that's been the question for Hassan Reddick. That's been the question for Brian Burns.
A lot of them. And by the way, I have no reason to doubt Frankie Louvu at this point in time. Every single year that he has been out on the field, are we all going to sit here and pretend
he's made plays,
like
bro.
we're not blown
plays
away by Frankie Louvu all the time? The dude is a monster. And dude, even against the run last year, I mean, granted, it was a different position than what we're talking about now, but he was shooting gaps. He was aggressive. He was in the backfield. He's a vocal leader. Everyone rallies around him. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm not going to doubt Frankie Louvu. If the coaches
111 tackles
putting him there,
he had 111 tackles and 19 tackles for a loss.
And can you tell me,
he's a baller.
Can you recall any plays where he was, in particular, a liability? Because I can't.
No.
Who was our pass rusher on the other side last year? Who was it? It was. Who did we have? We had Burns and who?
I mean, it was just a rotation with Marquise Haynes, YGM.
Was it? We didn't have no one last year.
No, we didn't. I mean, we might have gotten one defensive end.
So basically, he did that last year. Then
Yeah.
Hey,
That's why I said he's more memorable to me than Shaq Thompson is.
Shaq Thompson.
Well, Shaq has been getting great. He's like a fun one. Anyway, let's move on from Luvu. Let's keep going. I want to get a couple calls in. Don't forget, guys. And before we do that, just remember, look, we got a new sponsor for the podcast. They pay us for one read, but I'm going to give one more because we need y'all's help to continue to get sponsors. And the way to get sponsors is for them to actually believe that the people that we are talking to trust us. So how about this? Tony Dunn's face going to look like I'm 39 by the end of this 30-day trial or 30-day experiment.
I'm going to be doing that starting tomorrow as well. And we'll see. You know, I don't think I have a lot of blemishes, but we'll see, man.
No, I think it's going to help with these deep ruts. Anyway, calderalab.com/C3. Supporting our sponsors, supports our podcast. Smash the thumbs up button. Call into the show at 252-228-5098. That's 252-228-5098. We're going to get calls in. We're going to be getting better. We're getting better at the podcast, guys. We're getting better at this mess. Unfortunately, we still have our same nature, which is to draw on and on. Cody, let's take a couple of calls.
Let's do it. 252-228-5098. Get them in.
So what are your thoughts on catcalling?
Yeah, it's pretty you shouldn't do that to somebody.
And how did that make you feel?
Very uncomfortable.
So how do you think catcalling makes the person feel?
It feels good, like...
Who's that cat sitting in the back corner with his face buried in his nose? Who's that kid that can use one?
We're getting better, but Tony's not. Paisan, hold on. Good God. My Bluetooth. Come on, Bluetooth. Wah, 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 wah. Dun, dun, dun. This is gonna.
I need access to your soundboard.
You can't have it.
Damn it!
You're not allowed.
Frick.
Somebody's buzzing. Going off.
Somebody's buzzing. Somebody's buzzing.
You got it?
No, I don't got it. What's going on?
Well, hey, it's CK from Roanoke. I am calling. I just want to talk about.
You did this before, didn't you?
Our time in Spartanburg. It was great meeting you guys and being able to eat at Monster Subs. And Bryce Young is the truth. I don't even care what anybody says. Greg, you're a wet blanket.
Nice. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Turn that a little bit.
Paisan, how you doing, huh? Hey, that's a good shirt right there. Tony, write that down. Anyways, boys, it was awesome having you guys come in last week. Fucking pod was excellent. Shit, we've grown a little bit. I'd say we had Sheena Quick come in today with her crew and the Carolina Blitz. That was pretty fucking cool too. But yeah, I just want to say I appreciate you guys. Fucking CK, Tony, Cody, Greg. You guys are a lot familiar now. You know, like my cousins I see once a year, you know, during Christmas or some shit. Anyway, want to talk some football. Tight ends. My Paisan Giovanni Ricci.
Oh, God.
I need him to get some opportunities. I think last year, anytime he was on the field, he kind of lit it up. I think he outshined both Thomas and Tremble. And with Hurst, you know, I know he's the number one. He got injury history. I honestly think, you know, if he got a shot, I know Wright doesn't really carry fullbacks in his offense, but if Ricci got a shot, I think he could make some fucking noise. Anyways, boys, let me know what you think. Stay saucy, yeah?
Hey, Paisan. Hey, listen, I've been a big fan of the fullback position. I've been saying put Giovanni Ricci at fullback, dog. Y'all might think that I'm crazy. The fullback, no one uses that shit anymore. I hear Tony mocking me in his head. Dude, I think that with Miles Sanders, give him someone to run behind and two pulling guards. Let Giovanni Ricci play fullback, baby.
Bro, we've got a fullback, dude. Cade Mays.
Cade Mays. Oh no.
Cade Mays is our fullback. Don't even worry about it.
Oh, dude.
How
Don't
about
even
this?
worry about
if
it.
we want to talk about a Paisan here, is like maybe the question: who's on the bubble? Is it Ricci or is it Ian Thomas? Right, and I saw
apparently neither of the tight ends have been
doing great. Yeah, it's like no one's. And Oh, speaking of, great call there, by the way, is because while we've wondered about Ricci, and we believe we know Hurst is just by de facto a clone of Greg. Really, is you just could sit in for him in press conferences as long as they just like didn't show that you weren't 6'3".
Right.
We haven't heard
so much
Tommy
hair down.
Trimble's name at all.
At all.
I have not heard his name.
I've been
one
very disappointed.
time.
I've had a lot of high
Have
hopes
you?
for
Has
him.
anybody heard it even once?
Nope.
Not in a good. And sometimes being lost is just as bad as being bad. It feels like.
Well, I've heard that Ian Thomas and Tommy Trimble had some drops, but I have not yet to hear one of them make a great play. No.
Crazy. All right, let's go to another call. Oh, you guys make sure. Look, Monsters, Subs, and Grub. They were damn on the Pat McAfee show from what I heard today.
On a positive note,
Hey Tony, you need to turn on the cat calls.
Yeah, it's crazy loud.
It's too loud.
Yeah,
but and the audio quality,
clipping and everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is where I need you guys. It sounds fine on my end. So here, let's just do this. Tell me if this is better.
What's up, C3?
Yes.
It's Anthony from Charlotte. I'm back in Charlotte.
What's up, Ant?
Fun time in upstate New York full past week. Hope y'all had fun in Spartanburg. It looked like a lot of fun with all the Panthers creators. Wish I could have made it, but, there's always next year. Just wanted to call in. Hope y'all are doing good. Give my thoughts on training camp so far and what I've seen personally and some opinions of mine. Obviously, I'm going to start with the man of the hour. Everyone wants to know about Bryce Young. Looks good, man. Looks really good. They put the pads on yesterday. For one, I knew that there was going to be no problem of him seeing over the line of scrimmage with these guys. He's still making tight window throws, still playing great, still making good decisions. Obviously, there's going to be some interceptions. But you know what? I want to see interceptions because I think it's more of a sign of how good this defense could be rather than Bryce Young making mistakes. And let's remember, he is a rookie. So rookies are going to make mistakes, whether you're a Trevor Lawrence prospect or whether you're Bryce Young. Like, that's just how it is. But I love to see all that. I love how he's making his connection early with DJ Chark. I've been formal and verbal about how I think, I think DJ Chark is a solid signing. I mean, the only thing I really question with him is health, and I think he's on a proven-year deal this year. He's still young. Maybe he can show out this year, and maybe he can turn into that wide receiver one. He had 1,000 yards one season with Gardner Minshew in Jacksonville. Shout out to Gardner Minshew for 20. But yeah, a connection. Bryce is throwing him the ball and finding, his favorite target already. Haven't heard much of Terrace Marshall. I don't know what he's up to. Maybe his coaching staff doesn't believe in him, but as I told Coach on the Friday free-for-all, we still got a week to go in training camp. So anything can happen. Terrace Marshall, maybe he'll show out, but this is kind of his last season, I think. Like, they may look to move on from him after this because I've seen more Mingo. I've seen Jonathan Mingo making crazy catches. I thought Jonathan Mingo, when stayed healthy, another guy that can be really good. He's from Ole Miss. They produce great wide receivers there. The defense, I've seen Shaq Thompson getting after it, Frankie Louvu, all the guys pretty much. Burns running through the offensive line. Looks like he's seriously ready to take a leap this year. I'm just happy that Bryce is thriving right now in training camp and everything's going good. He seems to be confident. He seems to have the locker room already. So, yeah, give me your thoughts on Bryce Young in this wide receiver room because I really think that Jonathan Mingo and DJ Chark are going to be the wide receiver 1 and 2 by the end of the season. Anthony from Charlotte, keep motherfucking pounding, boys.
Hey, keep pounding, Anthony. So, yeah, to Anthony's point, there's been some ups and downs for Bryce. There was, I think it was either yesterday or today, he threw like a couple of interceptions in a row. But then later on, he finished it up with going 3 out of 4 in the red zone. And the fourth ball was dropped by, I believe it was Ian Thomas.
Consecutive touchdowns to DJ Chark, which the connection is there, as well as
sure is.
A Hayden Hurst touchdown. Of course, he's shown some mortal moments here, But what Frank Reich has said right here is that he's got this unflappable demeanor.
Well, that and I, from the sound of it, based on the press conference today, they're basically putting him in situations to see how he handles them. Like he's not being, basically they're saying you're going to go here in this, like against this defense, and I want to see if you can make this throw, right? So it seems like maybe even a lot of this is a fabricated. I'm not saying it's fabricated as in the defense is, going where they're being told to go, but it's fabricated as far as like trying to make it a challenge for Bryce Young. And so I'm glad, I'm not saying that I'm sold on it's going to be 100% ready to go week one, but man, I these highlights are obviously positive to see that. And I'm more excited when you see this against defenders and he's putting it in, dropping these balls in a bucket, dude. Like that's exciting to me.
Yeah. I only got to spend one day at training camp, and they were on the far side of the field, which kind of sucked. We had to see them so far away, but coming out of that, and we said it after the show, is I can definitely say that Bryce Young is the best quarterback on the team, without a doubt. I was impressed with a lot of things I saw with Bryce Young, and I'm excited for him going forward. I just ready to see him in some games, man.
You
We're
are,
so close to football.
Well, guess
I'm ready.
what? There's a
I'm
game
more
Thursday
confident than I
night,
was.
Greg.
Yeah, so
There's a game Thursday night, Greg. How about that? Football is right there.
I'm off Thursday.
And there's a lot. And
is that the Hall of Fame game?
Yeah. So
that's the Jets and who?
Who's playing?
The Jets and somebody. I don't know. We'll look
I
it
can't
up.
remember the
Dude, to point some things out though is like Brandon Malone says DJ is emerging like our wide out number one. As Anthony Piccarello said, he could see these guys being the tandem by the end. I don't think you're going to displace Adam Thielen this year, but I think, look, as we saw, can we go to it? Did you know they put the pads on? And let's cue up. Do I got a David Newton? I think I got some David Newton in that slideshow. So they put the pads on today, and we've all been talking about these guys. Let me see if I can find it. Well, actually, we've talked about disappointments, we've talked about winners, and we were so hyped. Some of it is shaped by our own beliefs that somebody's going to do so great. And Terrace Marshall Jr. is kind of faded to the kind of, at least in the conversation. And now, because we hyper analyze everything, and we're part of that culture that looks at every single play, that looks at every single way that they wear their jersey or something to try to hope that we can glean some sort of insight from it. But we just were ready for Terrace Marshall to be like, oh shit, we got this superstar on this team that we didn't know, and he looks great and he's practicing the off season, and we're just not saying his name. And then today I see his name, and it's like this. David Newton goes acrobatic catch from Terrace Marshall Jr. from Adam Thielen. And I was like, what? Adam Thielen, everybody. And it was like this. David, did you do this on purpose? Do I not got it in the show? I got that. I thought I've got it in the drive. If not,
I'm looking.
All right, look, is a David Newton. Look for David Newton. And you know what, David? Sorry about this. The internet wins. I screenshotted this shit right away because he came back and he played. He and Che, he said, look, because he's out there. He said he's out there and he's, like trying to do this. It's so hard to do this, to keep up with what's going on, to try to put up content. We are unforgiving, but like I missed when we were at training camp. The only day I really watched it, CK, was
in here.
The day that we went together.
Yeah. Everything else was like it was just
I was
being
there,
back together with people.
Yeah, I was there. I saw some of it. Yeah, let me see this. I know because I made it in the short today.
Right.
Here we go. Let's see if we can see this. It's probably going to be small. Here we go. Terrace Marshall Jr. Terrace Marshall Jr. makes acrobatic catch of deep throw from Adam Thielen. He needs to step up with plays like that this year. Hashtag Panthers. And then everybody was like, what are they running trick plays? Come on. And then they're, shitting on him because everybody hates when David Newton makes a mistake. And then he brilliantly ropes us all in. Like, I feel like I'm the puppet and he's the puppet master in so many ways.
He might be.
But then he came out and corrected it, and that it was from Andy Dalton. Now, it is difficult to do all these things at once. You're trying to hurry. You're trying to be quick. You're trying to give people what they want. You're trying not to miss the next play and all of that. So I have a lot of grace, and I love David Newton because he asked the questions nobody else wants to. Everybody wants to ask, but nobody has the guts to ask in the press conference. So I feel like he goes straight for the jugular a lot, and that's kind of cool. But here, I've been noticing this, guys. None of the reporters, even Dove Kleiman, who is not even a reporter, right? He's an aggregator. They don't have Twitter Blue.
Who wants to spend money on it?
Well, I have Twitter Blue, and I don't make any money on this.
Whoa. You mean X Blue?
X Blue. Ooh.
Yeah.
XB?
Okay.
X Blue.
XB.
So
X-Blue,
look at this. If you saw his name, start looking at the reporters. I figured they would want it more than anybody.
I think there's still a little bit of a rebellion over
they're
refusing
salty,
to pay
but
for
like
Twitter.
instead of having to say correction for my earlier tweet, you could have just edited it.
Hey, do me a favor. Wait, Bat Daddy, take one more sip real quick. Oh, look at that beautiful C3 mug. Oh,
C3 beautiful bean footage.
Yeah. Hey, get you one at CarolinaCatChronicles.com. But yeah, I mean, I want to talk about Bryce real quick. I want him to make mistakes. In training camp, that's where they happen. I want him to learn what he can get away with right now when it doesn't matter towards our win and loss total during the season. Man, you're going to have that. People want a 5-star meal out of the microwave, dude. And I'm sorry, but that's not how it happens. Things don't happen instantly. It's going to take time for this offense to find the perfect rhythm. And there's going to be some growing pains until that happens. However, Bryce has also made some spectacular throws. And while we have been there, CK, myself, and Tony have all seen Bryce make a beautiful throw over the head of defenders right into the hands of his receiver. So I'm not worried, man. I understand that right now during training camp, you're kind of seeing how the sausage is made, and it's not pretty all the time. But I think
we knew he wasn't going to be perfect. It's okay to throw a pick. It's okay.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like right now, it's the season of overreacting, and everyone wants to be like, "Oh, he's going to be terrible."
The king overreactor.
Yeah, I'm not asking for perfection.
Yes, you are. You're the king of doing this crap.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I am saying that early in the season. Remember how I said that only really to find out who the best teams are after 6 weeks of the NFL season? Right. That's why I'm saying earlier on, obviously you don't want a bunch of mistakes, but I'm not worried about it.
You see,
because I know that once they get into a rhythm, I will have no fear about Bryce Young going forward because he has that type of control over the offense around him.
I feel like if he was just dealing on everybody, would say a lot about our defense too. In some case, like they're not making a single play. That first day, it was so good. It was so. It was like he was out there. It was God said. Look, this is even the bad stuff hasn't been bad, folks. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like who cares? It's like the fact that we're having the discussion that he should be allowed to be mortal is. To me irritating. The thing is for me is like I just don't want this season to be like, oh, he's a rookie, because we, like CK has said so much, that's the reason we drafted him, because we wouldn't have to say that as frequently. Now you're hearing about other guys too. We'll look and see how CJ Stroud looks. We'll look at Anthony Richardson. A lot of people are saying he's looking pretty darn good in Indianapolis, but Bryce, Look, there's been nothing, but right now is like we have walked through the desert for 40 years, and now we're at the promised land. Whether or not that land turns out to be the nation of Israel, I don't know. Anyway, I probably shouldn't say this, but on Rumble, you can say whatever you want. By the way, we're live on Rumble, and I hope you can't say whatever you want anyway. We're not even saying anything bad. We're on Rumble. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes. You can call into the show at 252-228-5098. Let's go to G. Cavassier.
Paul Kel's brothers, how y'all doing? I know it's been a while. It's G. Cavassier. How y'all doing?
Word,
hey,
good.
man, I just looked online.
What, G?
Uh-oh.
Looked online.
Hey, Tony, we can't hear.
Off.
So fucking
What?
sick to see his highlights.
What's wrong?
No, we didn't
We
hear
didn't see what he saw
He looks
online.
all right, man. You know. Which
Oh,
makes
he said
me think,
Deion
I'm
Jones.
just like, they don't trust our linebackers.
Can you not hear him now?
And
We can hear him
Yeah,
now.
now.
Something's just not sticking with me. I know we need depth and everything
Rewind
like
it,
that.
rewind it,
We already
rewind it.
got
I
shit.
barely heard the call.
All he said was Deion Jones. We signed.
No,
Deion.
but you missed it. It cut out for like a couple seconds. We missed what he said.
Paul Kel's brothers, how y'all doing?
Oh, cut up
Did it
now.
again. We're not hearing anything now.
You can't hear nothing.
No.
No.
We don't know that
Yeah.
much about this
Yeah, now we
dude.
do.
His highlights are fucking sick to see his highlights. Y'all know what I'm saying?
He's talking about Deion
He
Jones.
looks all right, man. You know, which makes me think, I'm just like, they don't trust our linebackers, or
I would.
something's just not sticking with me. I know we need depth and everything like that, but we already got Shaq Thompson, you know, Frankie Louvu,
All right,
and
tell me if it
that one
goes
dude
out
from
now.
the
Did it go out now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Okay,
that dude
so
was
now it goes out
tackling
now.
Yep.
Yep.
his daggone
Why
highlights,
is
man.
Mutant Channel 1.
I don't know that much about that dude either, man, but I can't wait for this season to start. Oh, yeah, just to let y'all know, I will be in Carolina next weekend. I'm going to go to my first Panthers game, y'all. It's a preseason game, but who gives a fuck? It's my first time actually going to Bank America Stadium.
Nice.
I cannot
Awesome.
wait. So give me your
That's
thoughts
awesome.
on Deion Jones. Tell me y'all honest opinions, y'all.
Congrats, G.
Sounding.
Keep pounding. I mean, listen, I'm excited for Deion Jones. Former LSU linebacker, was once upon a time a Pro Bowler for the Atlanta Falcons. And listen, I mean, him and Shaq next to each other, that might not be a bad deal. Now you also know me, right? I fall in love with my rookies. I was really excited to see what Brandon Smith could do in this offense, who we drafted last year, number 40. And he had a good peanut punch takeaway at training camp when we were there on Thursday. But it's probably bad for him because now that Deion Jones is there, that's probably one more player preventing him from seeing the field full time. But overall, I'm happy, man. To me, it's another fast, young linebacker that we can put on our team that can help out what we're doing. And he has experience playing in a 3-4 defense. So, I mean, it was a great signing by the Panthers. I'm not opposed to it at all. I'm pretty happy.
Oh, this is a great comment in the chat and for a perfect time. Go ahead and cue it up because it's time to bring the voice that makes them moist. Noah Williams said this: after being a ghost follower for over a year, I finally made a YouTube account to subscribe. Can't take another shame. Well, Noah, you're a good fella. You're a good pal. You're part of the fam. But there are other people out there who are freaky deeks. They're weird. In fact, this guy, he's probably like, he's a stand-up. He probably got good credit. His mama loves him. His girlfriend trusts him.
Suit and tie job.
Probably way more trustworthy than Tony Dunn. But
maybe
there are some people that are freaky.
Oh. And
Set them up, set them up, Cody.
And you know what we do to all those freaks? We give them a heaping, helping, serving of the voice that makes them moist. Codizzle. Talk to them, Big Papa.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, many of you have met all four horsemen in person. Many of you wish you were there. Many of you people have joined us to talk about the Carolina Panthers. Maybe you've seen Cody Lack on a Charlotte Observer article, but you haven't hit that like button yet. You've come in here to consume content. You've enjoyed every minute of it. I know you have, but you haven't hit that like button. I have one thing to say to all you absolute freaks. Subscriber shame.
121 people watching, 86 thumbs up. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell for every single time the C3 Panthers podcast goes live. Listen, where can't you find us, man? We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook.
We're fucking on the regular old rags, baby. On the old school, on the newspaper.
We're on the newspaper, baby. C3 is everywhere. It's the year 20C3. Be a part of that community. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. And man, we're going to be putting out so much content this year.
It's coming crazy. Look, I'm getting better at it. CK's over here tutoring me on what children do these days. Turns out they all are on OnlyFans. Guys, the C3 OnlyFans coming soon and quickly. Oh, gross. You can be a C3 super fan for $1.99. It can get you some small things like some of these cool tags in here, some of the little emojis you get to do.
Wet blanket emoji.
Yeah, I mean, look, just for that alone is worth $1.99 to give Greg the wet towel, the wet blanket emoji. We've got some other things. Again, we're going to be continuing, and we don't want to look. Is the Mega Mingo tickets coming, baby? We got that. That's going to be super fans are going to get into some drawings. And everybody can get into them, but the super fan are going to be where it's at. So $1.99 can help support it, but you can support the show by hitting a thumbs up, subscribing, being part of the community. And one thing I want us to do is I know that that an army of people have started putting C3 in their YouTube tags, in their Twitter handles and things. C3 in the bio. Anytime I see somebody in C3, and if I'm not following you and you got C3 in your bio or in your tag, you better mention me and tell me, because you get in the follow. But here's one. We got to get hashtag 20C3 like these ills is doing right here. Every tweet we can, let's put this in there when it comes to the Panthers, at least from the four guys here on this podcast. That's what I want. Anytime we're going, because I do Panthers, hashtag keep pounding, hashtag C3, hashtag 20C3 has to be the thing. The number's 252-228-5098. Let's take two more calls. This is, I believe, JJ back to back, and then we'll get back into the show.
All right.
What's up, C3? It's JJ back at. And
what up, JJ?
I wanted to make this call because it's been agitating me some pretty recently. So I'm sure Cody will like this if he finds out where I'm going with this. But I wanted to give a few shout outs today. Wanted to give up a few ice ups, and hopefully we all enjoy it. It's about college football. I wanted to shout out Cody. He at Clemson Tiger. 2017-2019 champ. I wanted to shout out Tony's wife. She a Bulldog. She a champion. I wanted to shout out Pickle. He a Volunteers fan. He a champion. I wanted to shout out who else? Twan. He a Florida State fan. He a champion. I want to shout out myself. I'm a Buckeyes fan. I'm a champion. I wanted to shout out who else? G Baby. He a Texas fan. He a champion. I wanted to ice up them fucking chicken nugget fans.
Yeah.
Kevin and Pantherology. Get the fuck out of here with that BS. Talk your shit. We ain't got no championship. Ain't relevant as shit. Ain't put no history on college football. Talking mad shit. Still there at the kids' table. Can't get up here talking to the big boys at the adult table. Fuck you mean? Like, be pissing me off talking about some 2-0 versus Ohio State. Man, we 8 championships to 0, motherfucker.
Put that as soon as you
0.
said it.
Fuck. Man, you know who left this call. Keep pounding.
JJ, I mean, he's right.
Shame on you, NBC. Shame on you.
I mean, he is right. The Gamecocks, they're terrible. They don't have any claim to fame at all. So.
Steve Spurrier back in the day, right? Was Gamecock.
Well, you know, no championships. You know, that's all.
No, but wasn't Steve Spurrier coach of their team? I believe. Look at this. Charlotte Sports won. C3 member for 11 months.
Yeah, since the beginning, basically.
He says, "I have an Fan Fest ticket if anyone wants to go." Look, this is how we rock too. Ask D's about how he rolled up. This man rolled up to think he didn't have tickets for nothing. Nothing. Pickle's like, "I got you, homie."
Hell yeah.
And then I'm messaging CK. I'm like, CK, send me these tickets, bro. Then we got D's walking up in there. He gets to go to the party. It was wonderful hanging out with them. We got you, folks. Look, there are people in the chat right now. You need a ticket on Fame. Like, you got to get in the C3 community, and we keep talking in the background like this. People be like, yeah, I got the ticket right here. Somebody's ready to go. I got Levi from Raleigh telling me, he's like, hey, man, let's go to this Monday night football game. Bro, I was so worried that he was going to call out my ECU Pirates. And then I was like, wait a second. We're we're the
he mentioned your wife's Bulldogs.
Yeah,
before.
I mean, they've got 2 national championships.
Yeah, they're Georgia.
I got small. I come from a small school. All right. So JJ wants a little more.
On a positive note, outside of talking about those clowns, I did also want to say that thank you guys for selling all the merchandise. I ordered a mug and a shirt. My shirt hasn't came in yet, but when I saw it on one of the free for all episodes, I knew I had to get it because I thought it looked amazing.
It turned out well.
I also got my mug. Not even the biggest coffee drinker, but it looks amazing. And I know every time I wanted to really drink coffee, of course, I wanted it to be like a Panthers mug. Figured, why not get it a C3 mug? You know, always been a part of the channel, or at least been for the past few years. Been very active recently with it. But
so good.
Damn, I forgot what I was about to say.
You were saying this. Is this shit dope as
very
fuck?
affordable. Yo, when I got on there, I noticed it was like the same price as like a hat on like an NFL website or NBA website or whatever. Like, I got both of those for like the same price of just a hat I was already interested in getting. So I thought that shit was crazy, honestly, that it was just mad affordable altogether. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all for being a great podcast, making a very affordable merch, selling it to the people. But real podcast for the fans, by the fans. So we love to see that. Keep pounding C3.
That's the real AP says he needs a C3 tumbler. I'm on it. I can work on that. We got a lot of merch, and we don't also. I never wanted this show to be something like is begging people to spend money.
No, that's not what we're doing.
As I say, this is. Oh, check out my Cash App. Check out my BG. Smash the thumbs up. Blah, blah, blah. No, but look, we got with a company that's hosted through our website that we go through Square, and we get print on demand stuff, which has made it so much more financially feasible. There's one person out there I owe a shirt to. It's going to be coming probably faster than the shirts they print on demand. And I had never even seen one until I saw Pickles. You know, you make it, you put the design up there. Yeah. Greg had 2 limited editions that he made in his own house. But you hope they look good. I always get Next Level shirts. That's the name brand. It's like they're ring spun. Every shirt, if you've ever got a C3 shirt, it's on a Next Level, except for the C3P, which I tried to go gilded, and they shrank more. So I don't like a shirt that shrinks. So anyway, we get the good is like, and you're right, is that you make like nothing, a very little amount on it. But I was worried and concerned about what it was going to be like. You know, did you get the sizing, the spacing? Was it too left in the center? Pickles' shirt looked fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt great too. So you got
those
that.
are my favorite shirts
Did he have
ever put out.
The one right there you showed in the picture? because that was the one that I got together with. Like I'd made that, and I got together with Lynn, and she helped me out a lot about the spacing and how big I needed to make stuff. So I got to give a shout out to her.
With the one that you did, where you fixed our logo so it could be a T-shirt.
Yeah, because Lynn helped me out a lot. Well, I mean, like just with the sizing and everything, because originally I had it a lot bigger, and she was telling me that I needed to make it smaller. So shout out to her for that.
That was perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
In fact, if anything, it was, I won't say two, but like it's a full body shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't leave anything to be desired. But the fabric, anyway. So you can go to CarolinaCatChronicles.com. You can hit the shop tab, and it's just under gear. We've got a lot of cool things out there. We got the G Baby You Make Me Fucking Sick shirt. We've got the Panthers C3 Panthers podcast shirt. We've also got the mug, and be looking for the tumbler. These things it's just a great way. I feel like it's just branding and building our community. And look, how about this is when you can get your own bastard son to give you money. What kind of community is that?
Dude, we need JJ just to talk more shit about the Gamecocks and the cat calls.
JJ, call back in right now. We'll play all your calls. White Chocolate's gonna be broke. Kevin's gonna be broke. And
I love it, dude. So he's so upset. He donated $9.99 just to say JJ mad because SC is 2-0 versus Ohio State and stole that top 5 recruit in the country. Cody mad because we beat that Clemson's ass by 1 point for the first time in 7 years.
By 1 point.
Still beating them, man.
Talking about championship playing in the NFC South of college football. Hey, bro, where's your championships? Huh? Where they at, though? But where they at, though? I don't know if they actually exist, bro. That's all I'm saying, man.
Oh, no, we got to play. This is his call, but this is from 6:55. So let's play his call.
Yo, it's White Chocolate Espresso. What's happening? Hey, I just want to say it was good seeing some of y'all down in Spartanburg. It was dope. You know, shout out to CK for babysitting Tony's drunk ass.
Oh,
Jesus
man.
Christ, Tony.
But good boy. I did.
Yeah, shout out to Cody for getting his name in the paper. That's dope for these deserver. But here's my thoughts on
that. Was my most
right now,
expensive purchase. I had to pay them $800 for that.
I'm big on Blackshear. To me, he's the second best running back on this team. Wow. I think Signal will be great at part-time running back. And because of that, I think we should trade Chuba Hubbard to the Colts. They're desperate for running backs, or even the Seahawks. Seahawks got some injuries. We can move them, probably get something for them. As far as the battles go, my boy Josh Fan is killing it. I'm telling y'all, he's going to make this team. Josh Fan, that's my pick. What else?
Gee, I wonder why Josh Van.
You know, I broke my code, broke my rookie code. People,
look, I want to know. Does this fuck it up?
Jersey.
I'm gonna press the button.
I never buy rookie jerseys ever.
Oh, he bought a Bryce jersey.
Did that fuck it up?
Yeah, he did. Let's go.
All right, here. I need you guys because channel 1. When I mute channel 1.
Yo, it's White Chocolate Espresso.
Did that mess it up?
Nope.
Yes, that right there. I can't hear it.
Okay. So why is somehow it's got connected?
Shout out to CK for babysitting Tony's drunk ass. Jesus Christ, Tony.
What did I do other than buy? You know what he got mad about? Look, I tell you, Kev scared of his woman. He's like, I gotta get home. I pay for this hotel room. I'm gonna try. I was like, bro, I'm sitting here buying all this. Not buying all of it, but I was like this. He's like, oh. But you know what, Kev? You know why you're my son is because he's a big sipper. That's the thing. This is why we get hammered. Is not because we take the glug. So this mug is drinking. We're drinking IPAs, and Kev drinks this IPA in like 3. You know, he's just like, hey, and it's like this. It's like this much. You know what I'm saying? That's how we get drunk. Is you smash too much too fast. That's what. She said, let's get back into the show. The number's 252-228-5098. We're going to play more calls. Good God, it's 11 o'clock, and we haven't even gotten through one iota of the content. Let's rock through some of this material as we continue. The Carolina Panthers are in their 2023 training camp under Frank Reich as a new head coach and with their number one quarterback standout, Bryce Young. But boy, I tell you, the star on this team, if there is a superstar right now, it seems to be a guy who's anxious for a contract. His name is Brian Burns. He's a defensive end. And I tell you, whether we can quibble if he's a top 5 defensive end, a top 7, a top 2, a top whatever, this mug is getting paid by the Carolina Panthers. And really a kudos to him for, I feel like he knows it, and he's really taking a risk right now, to be honest. Is like an ankle, a knee, something could happen but he is under the 5th-year option. I think he knows they're negotiating in good faith. I think he knows that he has the leverage. But Burns today they put the pads on, and I'm hearing his name all over the planet. He's a shining star. And here's some cool stuff, though. We have another number 1 draft pick at left tackle from last year, Ike Ekwonu. Darren Gant puts this out yesterday, 11:13 a.m., July 31st. Ekwonu stands up Burns in their first rep of one-on-ones. This is not going to be a one-sided competition in either direction. Top end talents going at it. Excellent writing. Hit the next beat, bro. What happens today, though?
Oh, man. They were going after it, boy. They're
getting in it. And
so
man,
this
they're
is from
upset.
Matt K.
They're getting shook. They're getting a scruffle push. They're getting scruffled up and then got in his head, Cody.
Yeah, so this is from Mike K from the Charlotte Observer. Ike Ekwonu and Brian Burns and get into it after a rep where Young faced the blitz and was slightly off to a sliding Mingo who dropped the ball. Next play, Ekwonu jumps off sides. So I love this, man. Iron sharpens iron. You have 2 of our very best players going to war with one another in training camp, man. This is perfect, man. We have a premier left tackle. We have a premier outside linebacker, and they're making each other better. And I love that they're getting feisty and fighting and shit. Hey, man, it's hot out there, man. The blood starts to boil. It happens, man. But I like that they're making each other better right now.
Well, I always wonder in these positions how hard the players are actually going, which is why it's tough for me to judge what I see, because ultimately you're not wanting to injure somebody, in the preseason, especially on your team. But seeing something like this does make me feel a little better about the competition going forward. And I love, like you said, iron sharpens iron, man. Like, I think we got 2 stars, like this tweet says at the end. So,
I mean, two stars that are, I mean, I would love to continue to watch those reps one-on-one and watching how that happens. Because, again, we're expecting a big-time year from both of them. Like, we want Brian Burns to be a premier pass rusher that is living in the offensive backfield. And we want Ike Ekwonu to stop everything that comes his way. It's like, what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? It kind of feels a little bit like that right now.
Just imagine that you have on your team the best defensive end and the best left tackle in the league. Haven't you just plugged 2 of the most important positions on the football team right there?
Pretty much.
Well, yeah, man, it's the 2 things that we need more than anything, guys.
Mm-hmm.
How about this? God bless America. God bless Panther Nation. God bless the year of 20C3. We have a fucking left tackle we believe in and a quarterback. Holy
defensive end.
Yeah, well, I mean, but we've had some defensive ends. This is the year of 20C3. We've been praying every year, deliver us from the perils of not having a fucking offensive line and let alone a left tackle. Lord, deliver us from the land of without a quarterback. And God bless the year of 20C3. look at it. I'm a Catholic, so I probably need to stop on the religious references here. But damn, I've been praying. I cannot tell you guys in the first how many times we figured it out. Cody, CK, and I, we gotta. And you know what? We need the fans. We gotta get the fans on this because this is the only way we're gonna make this happen. D's, everybody that's listening right now, October 30th, I believe, or when was it? We figured out when the first episode of the C3 Panthers podcast was in 2013. We found the first content and we found the first episode, and we've got to the end of roughly the end of October to make a 10-year video. So I need people to go mine old episodes for things they think need. So like somebody needs to get on 2015 and see how we were acting. Somebody needs to get on how when we drafted Christian McCaffrey. Somebody, you know, man, like pick your times of like what's important, or maybe even pick your moments. How about this? Oh, here's a good one. Go and track down your first call to the C3 Panthers podcast and give me the timestamp on it. Give me the timestamp on that podcast. I'll go get the info because that's what I want to do. I need to find the first call. Right, I need to find the first time. Look, because CK and I have already been brainstorming some things, but now CK, I've been realizing it is that if it's just us doing this, then we're never going to actually get it done. This is a way to get the army on it. Every person who is in the C3 army, go, and if you've called in right now, try to find and locate when you first called. We'll put it in the mashup. We'll put it in the, what is it when they call it, when they put it all together. The other thing is in this montage. Montage. We're going to make a montage. And just the history of this podcast, there's not ever been a year where we haven't talked about the left tackle on this podcast. Not one.
Yeah.
Not a single fucking one. 20. Actually, maybe it was the first year when we had Jordan Gross.
But even if we have a good one,
but it was 2014. It was Byron Bell. 2015. It was Matt. I can go through them. 2014 was Byron Bell. 2015 was Michael Orr, who played well.
Yeah, Michael Orr did well that season.
2016, he gets hurt, and then they bring in. Who was the backup left tackle in 2016? After Michael Orr goes down, that's a great question. Then we got Matt Khalil,
brother, or the Khalil.
No, we got him in 2017 or so. Then we went to Khalil. Then we went. Wasn't Irvin? Who did we start? Ooh, now I'm embarrassed. I don't get it. All right, what do we got next? But guys, look, we got to get the army on them, Cody. CK. I think that it just came to me right now. And let's go ahead and put it out. If you're listening right now, we are shooting for. So I need this by mid-September. I need it by mid-September, folks, to really get you guys going on it. Is what's the first memory you have? You can do it a couple of things. Go track down the first memory you have with the C3 Panthers podcast, the first call.
Eric said Okung.
Oh, Russell Okung. Actually, that was good. Well done. And he was probably the best one out of all of them. And now he's out there not eating. Have you seen this now?
Yeah, we've shown him on the show before. It's like
but now people are coming after him and being like health experts are trying to say that
water diet. Yeah.
Well, no, they're hitting them with the disinformation or the malinformation talk now.
Misinformation, yeah.
But no, what's it called?
Malinformation.
Yeah, there's another one. Now it's not
basically the stuff they
misinformation.
can't
It's just
prove
like,
is being wrong completely, but
is if I said standing on your head for 18 hours a day increases blood flow, which makes you smarter. Like it's not wrong, but it's fucking bad. There's anyway. All right. Thinking about this 10 years ago.
Yeah, man. So this popped up on Twitter, and this is a memory from 10 years ago when in 2014 and the Panthers.
Nine years
Yeah,
ago?
they December 30th, 2014. Yeah, so 9 years. And they were practicing inside a hotel ballroom. And the Panthers had to do this forever, man. We didn't have an indoor stadium.
Is that we prepared for the Super Bowl? Almost not.
Yeah, I mean, really, pretty much, yeah. So I mean, I thought this was interesting.
Think about that. Think about that right there. Is like, how do you do a walkthrough where you don't know where the yardage is at? Like it's not like when I first saw this in 20 whatever, I thought, oh, they can't throw the football, they can't do the kicks. But no, how do you know what yard line you're on? Down in distance from the look at this, the red spot on the floor to JJ Jansen.
Yeah, what's with that floor?
Is that JJ Jansen right there? What if that was JJ Jansen right there because he was the only one on the team?
Who it is. Nah,
Maybe that is
see.
the markers of the red spots. Man, I just don't even know. I just can't believe how much money comes to the NFL that this is possible, to be honest with you. That blows, unless there was some kind of mistake. But who else would be reserving a field for practice on the same day the Panthers would be? That makes no sense. Like this makes no sense to me at all. How this happens?
It looks ridiculous. Like, why didn't they go? But I think it was raining.
Yeah, so whenever there's ice and snow and the weather is really bad,
Okay, ice and snow.
yeah, they would go into this ballroom, and that's when they would practice there. I remember we did that. Remember when in the playoffs, they had a bunch of ice and snow come through before the NFC Championship game.
I was there. It was
a
terrible ice storm, and then it got nice. It went from ice to nice to beautiful.
Yeah.
Ice to nice to beautiful. We went there. I was super bummed. It had been freezing, crazy. Like I had the and then you're like there, you're partying, you're having a good time. The sun was out. It was melting faster than we thought. It got warmer than we thought, and then it got hot in there when the Carolina Panthers went and freaking the last bird that I saw killed, other than Twitter,
Cardinal.
Oh shit,
man! Oh man, great time. Chandler Zavala will see the field sometime this week, and I'm loving it, man. Apparently, he's making good progress. I want to see him on the field. Want to know what we have inside Chandler Zavala as a football player, what kind of a player he is. Are y'all happy to do y'all think, I mean, him being kind of late to the show now, is there any chance that Zavala cracks the rotation?
Sure. I mean, I'm not sure that it's going to be starting rotation, but he's going to be he's going to make his way into games, pretty much every single weekend, my guess.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about games. If he's not starting, then you don't really rotate guards, right? I mean, you don't really and that's the thing is it's not like the defense where you rotate offensive linemen like you rotate the defensive front to keep them fresh. But one thing is, I'm glad that a guy who was a draft pick that we want to matter, right? You want every draft pick to be something to matter. I'm glad that this injury hasn't lingered and been problematic because it went from a strain to like a pectoral thing or whatever it was. So he took them off the PUP list. And there's crazy rules about what the PUP list, like what it has to do. Is like you're on it for this long. It's kind of like IR. You have the short-term IR. So they have to do this or they got to be active by this point. When you say if he's going to make it into the starting rotation or a game or anything, is I'm just personally, and maybe this is just me being petty, just glad that he was slightly hurt for 2 weeks so we didn't have to hear Cade Mason, Zavala kicking out Austin. Like they're going to tell us Austin Corbett and Brady Christensen. It's the Brady Christensen hater club.
And I am not a part of it.
I know, but there is a real hater club. It's weird. And it's weird. I
don't understand it.
It's weird. It's one thing to just say this is you don't think a guy's going to be great. But they're like, oh, This dude's trash. Michael Jordan.
Yeah, it's so stupid, dude.
It just doesn't make sense. And you all know who they are.
Well, man, I feel like there's a large number of people. It's not just a certain group. There's a bunch of people, fans and media,
But
that
they've
are
tricked people into thinking
it's
that
just Brady
Christensen sucks. No, they've
Yeah, I
tricked
know.
him into he. All right, at the very worst,
He only
he's
gave
been
up 2
average.
sacks last year,
No, at the very worst, he's been average.
and that's maybe.
Right? No, I agree. But they have created a narrative that he stinks.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Aaron.
If you're going to put Zavala in, who's he replacing?
I mean,
Brady
probably-
Christensen.
I mean, I don't know though. I mean,
Yes,
That's
probably
what I'm
whoever-
saying. Like, who's he replacing? Who is
Brady
he better
Christensen.
than that's on the line?
I mean,
Brady
he has to win
that's
that
what they said.
job though. Right now, we don't know when Corbett is going to be back on the right side. I would say right guard more than I would say left guard right now. I mean, I know
What
they
about
want him
Cade
to play
Mays
next
though?
to
That's the
Kevin
other boy
Quandu.
that everybody says that's better than.
There's not
If
enough
you got
spots for
some
everyone.
some
Right.
people would
what I
argue
mean, yeah.
that it should be Icky, then it should be Zavala, Bozeman, Cade Mays, Moten. That's their ideal line.
That's not a bad.
You know who
line.
they are, Cody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know them very well. Okay. All I'll say is this: in order to be the man, you have to beat the man. I have no problem with Chandler Zavala playing left guard, but I want him to demonstrate clearly that he's the better option at that position before they just give it to him. I think Christensen has done a damn good job, done nothing but gotten better the entire time that he's been here, and it was not bad last year.
Would you say is it fair to say that the starting left tackle, clearly is Ike Ekwonu, the starting center is Bradley Bozeman, and the starting right tackle is Taylor Moten, and that the left and right guard positions are not defined yet? Is that fair?
I think it's a fair assessment.
Yeah, I would say that's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
do.
Let's go on. My phone died, so I'm charging it frantically to get more calls. Let's keep going on with the show.
Let's
With
do
the show.
that.
All right,
Boom,
so there are hats that come out because the NFL. So you guys think this is like, we talk about the player contracts, we talk about all the money that's made and all they charge. Oh, I gotta read I don't ever think I read the suite number on the podcast. We're gonna do that later. Is how much does it cost to sit in a suite at the Panthers
yeah,
game?
you have to
But
do that.
look, is that like there is a soft income that comes from the NFL, and this is how I think running backs and people can, they need a larger percentage of this. So they have a draft hat now, they have a sidelines cap, and all of these are going to wear, like, it's almost like they mandate that the team wears these throughout the semester. Like, I'm in school. I have a fresh, where I think I lost it at this point, the one from 2020, whatever Matt Rule's first year. It was fresh, but then I hated it because Teddy Bridgewater always wore it in his press conferences. I was like, man, I love this hat, but I hate that Teddy wears it. These right here, Panthers 2023 set sideline caps. How we feeling? This is shout out to at Panthers on Tap for providing us this question to talk about.
I love one, I like one, and one's okay.
Oh, I love one. I feel like one's okay, and I don't like one.
Yeah, actually, I would probably say that, to be honest with you. One of them I really
And
don't like.
I can't wait to compare, but let everybody else do it like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm the wet blanket, but I don't really love any of them.
You said they're fire when I put them up. Now
yeah,
you're
but now
lying.
that
Oh,
now
now you're
that
sitting in
right,
there.
no, I'm looking at them now.
Wet blanket.
No,
That was
okay,
automatic
I
broadcaster reaction. It's
take
fire.
that back. I take that back. I said one of them that I like. I
Yeah,
don't
I'd wear
love.
one of them. I'd wear two of them.
I'd wear
But I
if
wouldn't
I-
love either of them.
The one
I
I,
love
like
one
the
of 'em.
most is at the bottom, the all blue. The
Okay.
majority
Oh
blue.
no. So you're giving away. So I have I like one. I'm okay with one, and I hate one. Greg, you said you.
I love one, I like one, and I don't like one.
All right. And CK, how do you feel? And don't tell us which one. Say it like that and see if we can figure it out. Or not figure it out, and then we'll reveal.
It's like Cold Stone.
I hate one, and I find two of them okay.
Okay. And Cody, since you are a spoiler, why don't you start? You said you.
So I really like the
one.
I really like the blue one at the bottom.
Bottom right, the trucker cap that has
the trucker cap with the pure blue.
Basically a Panther patch.
Basically similar to that.
Patch.
The one that I think is just okay is the one right above it, with the black bill, the white cap, and the panther in the middle. The one I think is ugly is the fitted, the one that has like part of it's blue, part of it's white. Yeah, I'm not into it, man.
All right, CK.
I hate the one on the left. I find the other two okay.
Greg?
I'm with Cody. I love the one on the bottom, the blue, the trucker cap, the most. The one on the far left, I like. I like that one quite a bit, actually. I mean,
Me too. And that's my one. That's the one I like.
Yeah, and the one on the top right, I was kind of the one on the top right. I just it's too. It looks. Too like 1995 Carolina Panthers.
It's too like
I want to wear a starter jacket with it.
Greg, that's the perfect saying. It's a 1995 hat.
Yeah, I want to wear a starter jacket.
Dated. Yeah.
My number, I like and some of it I feel like is my psychology being influenced by the way the bill is. Right.
Maybe.
So I like a flat bill hat.
Too. Yeah.
I like the least I like anymore is the full curve bill. Right. Like I'm not putting a fish hook on my shit and whatever. And I'm not saying, but I like the one on the left because I feel like it's way better than that one they had a few years ago that had too many squares. It was like 4 squares on it. So I can see would I buy the hat? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, you'll see the hat I'm wearing right now.
But would you wear it? That's the question.
I would wear it. I'd wear the left.
Yeah.
I think I would try. I don't think I could pull off the bottom right. I can't pull off a trucker hat with the ponytail. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then the top right, I wouldn't even look at in the store.
I think the trucker hat's more for a person with that much hair, to be true.
The real AP says not a flat bill fan. Guess what?
Same.
I wasn't either until I got a fat face. And so when I was skinny faced, the flat bills made me look ridiculous. I got a fat face and they looked fine on me. But that's not gonna be, it's gonna be fat and I'm not that fat, but like I have a roundy face. Anyway, Cody, let's keep going.
Yeah, man.
And CK, unless you had to say something, did you have to say something? Oh, here's my question, you guys. Do you leave your stickers on or off? Do you take your stickers on the hat off?
Yeah, I leave
CK, you've been wearing that same hat since like you started the podcast, by the way.
Yeah.
What is it? What kind of hat is it? Like
I've had 2 different Panthers hats since starting the.
No, the
podcast.
one you wear on the podcast is not a Panthers hat. You wear like a.
Oh, I wear a couple of different ones.
The orange one. It's got the orange.
Yeah, that one's.
What's the one that you wore to training camp?
The one he always wears on the show.
Yeah.
Anything I wore to training camp, I thought was Panther related. If I didn't, it was probably the orange one.
What's the orange one? It's the what's the name, Brad? It's you know what? He bends his bills offensively.
Yeah, dude.
I have a friend that says this. He said, I'm gonna come into your house and I'm gonna bend all the bills on your hat. I was like, bro, like that would get you killed up in my I wouldn't ever wear. I leave the hat. I leave the sticker on the hat.
That sounds like
dude. I'll give you guys an idea of how like little I care about like fashion and everything. We went into
tell them the story.
While we were in Spartanburg, we went down to there was a sneaker store in Spartanburg.
Yeah.
And it was kind of in this basement, and we went in.
Cool. It was neat.
It was interesting. It was a cool little area. Tony was looking at these shoes that his son would be into and everything. and they're like $350, $400, and I'm like, so
they
people,
weren't that much. They were three. They were between 200. The cheapest shoe in there was $200.
right? And I said, so are these shoes you just don't wear? And he said, no, you wear them. And I told him, I'm like, I have zero care in the world about what shoes I wear. He was like, what shoes do you normally
said
wear?
The most embarrassing thing.
I said, I don't know, whatever my wife buys.
Bro, that's what he said, dude. I was like, man,
I could.
Dude, I have a
care
couple
so
of friends
less.
that would be like, bro, you let your wife dress
Dude,
you. And look, I my wife has given me a lot of fashion advice in my life. But my man said, I said, well, what kind of shoes you wear? He said, the ones my wife buys me. I mean, like, shit, what's she buying you? Some Asics or some shit like that?
Hey, you know what? I will say this. I do like me a nice pair of shoes, because the best thing about being crippled, being in a wheelchair, pair of shoes last you a lifetime, baby.
Oh, shit.
Dude, they
You can
never
buy
get
him.
worn
You
out.
can wear your shoes. You're the only person that can wear your nice shoes out in the rain and not even worry about
That
it.
should be like the new slogan. Instead of diamonds are forever, purple shoes are
Handicap
forever.
shoes are
Purple
forever.
shoes are forever. You know what? That's why they don't market to y'all's asses. They're like, man, we can't sell. We sold one pair of shoes to Cody, and it lasted his whole life.
Yep.
All right, what we got next?
I literally found some shoes that I wore in like high school. And
Of
they look
course you
fucking
did.
brand new, dude.
As long as your foot ain't growing. As long as you-
man.
You know what? Is I know how to keep a pair of shoes though. I have a pair of shoes and I wear them still. They are falling apart. An old pair of Air Maxes. They're as old as my son. My wife got me a little matching. Actually, no, my orange ones. They want the same ones. But I can, as long as you don't wear them out when it rains. You know what I'm saying? Like, is like if you want a pair of shoes to last, you got to avoid the water and not go to public places where people will step on your feet with your nice shoes on. But if you're careful, you can make yours, but you have to be diligent. You can't one time you'll be like, oh, it's fine. I'm going to walk across there to the gas station, get some cigarettes or whatever. And then the shoes ruined forever. What do we got next?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, Greg.
I was just gonna say, man, pair of work shoes, a pair of boots, and a pair of tennis shoes.
Welcome to my life, dude.
No need for anything else.
Welcome to your wife. Welcome to your wife.
No need for anything
No,
else.
those sounds like the lyrics to a fire ass country song.
Yeah. Welcome to my wife who picked my clothes out. That's the name of it.
Dude, I could care so less about whether or not I pick my own clothes out.
Look, my wife helps me, Matt, bro. My wife has helped my style a lot, so don't worry. I'm
So
just teasing.
how about this? Von Bell is the only safety in the league, but 75 plus tackles, 8 passes defended in each of the last 2 seasons. Tony, you added this one, right?
I did, and what I just want us to think about is, as we went out and got Deion Jones and linebacker, we kind of wondered, as we had so many safeties on this team floating around, from what do they call him, Professor X, Xavier Woods, to what is Jeremy Chin doing, which we still don't really know, hanging out with the corners, but then playing like a linebacker. We get Deion Jones. We're just trying to figure out how these guys fit. And a lot of people have been, look, is Von Bell is he one of those players that's crazily underrated, like a Peanut Tillman? You know, is that they're great. Everybody knows they're even Peanut got paid a lot of money. Von Bell has been a Saint. He's been a Bengal. He's moving around now. And I think some of that has to do with that the safety position doesn't just command a ton of money in this, after Jamal Adams and a couple of guys went after it.
Safeties move a lot, though, it seems, right?
He is. A lot of people act like he could be the best player. Like he could be a top tier. He's a top tier player we just don't know about. So I'm excited about Von Bell. Look, is this the guy? All right, I think of this 2015. Think of signings that were cool, but turned out to be better than you expected in Carolina Panthers history. Give me one person.
Hassan Reddick.
Perfect. Great answer.
I don't know why I can't remember his name.
Position?
Came from the Saints, played in the Super Bowl team.
Roman Harper.
Guy.
Yes.
Harper. Yeah.
Good one. Good one.
Wait, tell me. Repeat the question.
Who is a player that came to the team that was better than you expected them to be? Like contributed
easily.
more.
Oh, easily. Jared Allen.
That's a great one. That was a mid trade. It was a trade mid-year, which was awesome. And who got hurt that year?
Oh, no. Can I change my answer?
Yeah.
I have an even better one. Kurt Coleman.
I was gonna say that.
He was on my list. He's on my list.
Damn,
that was my guy.
Okay.
Coleman, though, was a guy that people made fun of.
Yeah.
Because remember that
All right, I got
play
he got
where
into a fight in Philadelphia.
No, he didn't get he didn't get in a fight. He tried to step into the box. He was a box safety. He got down and he tried to stop. Who was the guy? It was a running back, and the dude just blew him up. And when he got up, his whole face was bleeding. Like he fucked with the wrong dude. But all right, so I think Kurt Coleman's a great person. I think Peanut Tillman's one of those. I think you guys mentioned Roman Harper. Great. I would even argue that Julius Peppers on the comeback was somebody that was better than I expected him to be.
What about
my answer? My answer is Mike Mitchell, which was on that 2013 team, and he was just thudding out there. But every now and then, you get a guy who's a vet. They're not a super old vet, so they're not like, oh, they're long in the tooth and they're living off of their name, and they come in and they actually make a difference. And that 2015 team had a bunch of them on it. You could say Jared Allen. You could Michael Orr.
Mike Tolbert.
Yeah,
Mike Tolbert. Michael Orr. Yeah.
Michael Tolbert. I love Mike Tolbert, even though Tony.
I mean, I just think the ultimate one right now. I think it's hard to argue is Greg Olsen, like somebody said in the chat.
Yeah, but I think when we got Greg Olsen, we expected him to be good.
I mean, we expect if we sign anybody, we always expect him to be good, but Greg Olsen was largely considered a disappointment in the league up until he came here to the Panthers.
You know why? Because they made the fatal mistake of drafting tight end in the fucking first round.
What about Teddy Ginn Jr.?
Yeah, Teddy Ginn for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he helped. I mean, and he's one of those I had a love-hate with.
I'll give you one that's maybe nobody's going to bring up. Britton Burson. Or not, yeah. Is that right? Britton Burson, yeah.
But he's not a
Jerry Richardson's bastard son.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he played for another team. I'm trying to think of players that came here as kind of mid or late career and actually can. I think Roman Harper is a fantastic example.
I'll go after Greg.
How about Thomas Davis and Sam Mills?
Sam Mills, yes. Thomas Davis was always with us, though.
Yeah, we were drafted.
We drafted him. Okay.
Yeah, he just got hurt.
I'll give you a recent one. What about Deonta Foreman last year?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for he was on a team that sucked.
Yeah,
all right,
but I mean, he did a lot better than a lot of
Stephen Davis, Kevin Green. These are good names going back.
I have one more. And this one isn't a long-lasting name, and many people are probably going to argue that this is not a good one. But Robbie Anderson.
1 year, yeah, he was way better. I thought he was going to be in 1 year. You know what I would also is if we really want to have the wild conversations, people we thought that would be good that weren't. And actually, there probably isn't many because we haven't had many free agents. I was thinking, I wanted Dontari Poe to fucking blow up when he came here and have a. I was hoping Gerald McCoy. Gerald McCoy is a snake oil salesman, man. He got 3 or 4 more years out of his career.
What was the receiver?
Nice.
No, what was the receiver that we brought here a few years back? He played at LSU, but I think he also played.
Torrey Smith. No.
Torrey Smith was in Maryland. Yeah.
What year? Russell Shepard.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes. Russell Shepard.
Oh, that was Dave Gettleman puffing him up. That was 2016. Wow. All right. Let's do. You want to do another call?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I'm hooked up. I had to restart.
If you would like to leave a message, the number is 252-228-5098. Leave us a message.
Look, my man got in the newspaper. He's a pro. All right. And again, guess who's not a pro? All right. So every time I hook up to the voice, to the It says it's hooked up, right?
Resets.
Right now.
What's going
Have to
on,
close the
C3
app out.
family? Steve from Sanford, North Carolina.
What up, dude?
Shout out to Cody, Tony, the whole C3 family. Yo, I am absolutely and thoroughly excited from it. If it ain't nothing down to the press conferences, training, so forth, all that of their good nature. I'm so optimistic, and for once, it's not a hesitant. Like, it's not a hesitant optimism. I'm not guaranteeing what a record's going to be, but I feel like we're going to be a quality, good football team. I believe Miles Sanders is going to have a better year than he had last year behind that line of them dogs that we got up there on that offensive line. Mingo, Thielen, DJ Chark. Like, it's a beautiful thing in Panther Nation. I understand Bryce Young threw a couple of interceptions, but at the end of the day, that's a learning curve. I'm just thoroughly excited for the Panthers. I've tried to stay quiet and not call in and to just listen to other great Panther fans, but I had to hit you guys up because I'm loving it. I'm loving the training camp coverage that you provided for us. Absolutely beautiful thing. I just want to say it warmed my heart when I saw that picture with King Cody and the rest of the C3 Panther family just enjoying themselves. One year I hope to get there with y'all. I just want to say thank y'all for what y'all do for us as Panther fans. C3 Panther Podcast, y'all are the dopest thing out there. Y'all just make football even more fun for me, but I'm just excited. Thoroughly, just deep down in my soul. I can't give you a feeling of where we're going, but I just know we're not going to be in the basement. It's going to be a great time to be a Panther. I say keep pounding. I'm going to say it again. Keep pounding. D from Sanford in the house. Shout out to the family again. I love y'all. Panthers for the playoffs. Let's keep pounding. Hey, I love that Triple B. All that good stuff y'all got going on. Hey, family, keep pounding. I got to get back in. I'm at work. I had to sneak out because I wanted to show some love. I'm out.
Hey, Tony, hit the applause on that one, man.
Is he a preacher?
You missed a great one, man.
Yeah.
Dude, shout out to D from Sanford, man. Yo, that was an incredible call. Dude, I echoed the same sentiment, dude. I am so pumped up for the season. I don't remember the last time I've been this pumped up going into a Panthers season, man. Certainly not the last few. And it had some wisdom in the stuff that he said, too, man. You know, don't overreact to Bryce throwing some interceptions. You know, all in due time. All in due time. Yeah, man. But hey, I love the call. Hey, man, we appreciate the fact that you're loving some C3 Panthers pod. Hey, man, this is for the fans, by the fans. We do it because we love the Panthers. Y'all love the Panthers. And we all love to hang out and congregate and talk about these Panthers, man. So we appreciate y'all for being here with us, man.
All right, next call.
Hey, Tony, terrific. Cody, CK.
What up?
Hey, it was great to see all of you guys had your get-together at Spartanburg. So now that all of you guys have seen the Panthers up close live, so I want to hear from each of you, which is the strongest position group and the weakest position group of the Panthers? So tell me, weakest position group, strongest position group, and starting with the Bat Daddy, because this program does not feature enough of the boy toy. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I love how he calls you the Bat Daddy boy toy. I was like, what?
Okay, so it's hard to tell in this training camp because, like, if you're just looking at successful plays, you just say running backs because the running backs get into the end zone every play. So it's hard to really tell how they're going. I'd say based on the limited information I have, I would have to say quarterback, to be honest with you, because you could focus more on what he could do individually. Like, I don't think the tackles, I don't think the safeties, I don't think everybody's playing as hard as they normally would.
What's the strongest group? Right? Was that what he was asking?
Or I would still have to say quarterback just based on what I've seen.
It's not a bad answer. Is that how fucking crazy? What if we said this? Go ahead. All right, continue, Greg.
No. I mean that's basically it. Like
mine is left tackle, best position group. It's not it's a position. think about this. Greg, Wet Blanket Greg, said the best group is quarterbacks.
Well, just based on what I saw, because
No,
like
I think it's great. And we've never said, we haven't said this for 5 years, Greg.
I agree. Yeah, it's fantastic.
So, like, I mean, don't worry. I'm with you. And it's like this, is if I could say, what if we said the offensive line? All right. I think I'm going to go hard hitting and weird. I think the defensive, I don't know. All right, you go, Cody. I almost want to say the defensive front because Brian Burns and Derek Brown are wreaking havoc up on the mugs, but we don't know how complete it is. Go ahead,
Mine is the receiving group, man.
Cody. They're beauties.
Dude, we have a bunch of them, and now look at this, man. Remember when they said that we're going to be using Laviska Shenault like a Debo Samuel, and that me and Tony have been pounding the drum that we need to move this dude to running back? Well, dude, look at this beautiful footage right here. Laviska making people miss, running by people. Dude, we have a lot of talent at that position. Ooh, nice little dance there at the end. By the way, I believe we've all been very impressed with DJ Chark to the point where a lot of us are believing that DJ Chark could have number one wide receiver potential. Him and Bryce have already formed a great connection with one another. And I love what they're doing right now, man. I think that right now, the wide receivers for the Panthers are probably the deepest on the team, man. Adam Thielen still making a ton of plays. I love what we have at that position right now, even though most of the media at large would say that we probably have a subpar receiving core. But that couldn't be further from the truth, in my opinion.
All right, so Greg says best is quarterbacks. You said wide receivers. I got to say this, too, is I think, wide receiver is not a drop. It's not, we haven't fallen back. Like, there's no DJ Moore. And I don't want to be like, oh, DJ, you weren't as great as everybody. But DJ was not the most polished receiver. Right? Think about this. DJ was a great athlete. He went out there and played hard. He fucking did everything that you asked him. And you funneled it all through him. He had his share of dropsies a couple of times. I'm almost sitting there is that we had our choice between Calvin Ridley and DJ Moore. We picked DJ Moore. Calvin Ridley went to the Falcons. Calvin Ridley, I know he got suspended for a year. He looks fantastic. Like, what is he going to have a bigger year in Jacksonville?
I hope so.
Why? You got him on your team?
Yeah.
Okay. I me too.
Yeah.
I'll draft him in the league. So I just don't feel like I don't think we are stepping backwards when it comes to the wide receivers. And I think it's an improvement, even with the loss of DJ Moore. I think we're we're a well-rounded, better, complete, cohesive, proven group.
Right.
And then I would say, it should be easier to name the best position group. Because someone said in here, the cornerbacks terrible. Questions. Is the tight end? You can't say it's the tight ends. You can't say it's the cornerbacks.
Defensive
you can't say it's the running backs because we only have Miles Sanders.
We haven't said
I think it's the offensive line. Well, I tried to with Icky. I think that's my answer is the offensive. I think quarterbacks, we're all offense right now.
Yeah, but honestly, the only reason I didn't say offensive line was because I saw a couple of plays where the defense just blew right through them. Where if it wasn't practice, Bryce Young would have been on the ground.
Same.
He may have gotten away. I'm not sure.
News coming out of Brian Burns being, what was it? Somebody said, was it Greg or CK that said earlier that they had to ask Brian Burns to pull up? Maybe it wasn't one of you guys. I was talking with somebody and that Frank Reich said, look, dude, we can't have Bryce Young get sacked on every play. We got to let him practice a little.
And that's why it makes me question how hard everybody truly is going. I get going through the motions, running the plays, but there's no way you're going as hard as you actually are going to in a game, which is why I had to say quarterback because it's the only one I could get a true gauge of what he would be doing in a game as far as throwing and reading.
You know what?
Mike, the Supreme Leader, Says long snapper.
That's a
is
good
the
answer.
best position
That might
there.
be the most steady. Is not only him, but there's no competitions. It's Panero and it's just these guys for the dinero. It's Hecker, Panero. They're strong.
JJ, right?
Somebody put up this as they said. Daniel Castro, C3 super fan. Look at all these green tags in here.
Awesome.
I love to see the C3 super
Love it,
fans in the
man.
chat. 2 hours and 40 minutes. And he said, we still have questions at O-line. This question that was posed by the caller has been more difficult to answer than I wanted it to be. How about this? What if we said safety? Von Bell, Xavier Woods,
that's a good one.
Jeremy Chin, you put him in that mix. I don't even know if we have much behind that, though. It seems like every position is kind of good, but not great.
Yeah, I mean, there's. It seems like there's one glaring hole at every
In each
position.
bunch.
Yeah, where it's
There's
like
an injury with Austin Corbett.
Yeah,
There
you
is
can't quite call it perfect.
Well, I mean, I got to be honest though. We like I said earlier, I don't think it's going to be number one, but there's a chance you could have a top 5 defensive end and a top 5 left tackle this year, and that's a pretty good place to be in as far as strength and position.
It's not a group, though. It's just not a group. It's just when we talk about the group, we've got some interesting players. That outside, somebody said linebacker, and when you start counting linebackers as outside linebackers, then you got a bunch. You could say Burns, Luvu, and then. But let's go to the next call. This is Al.
What about?
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Al. This might be the best move for Frankie Luvu. I mean, this is what he was been doing since he came in the league. He's always been like coming off the edge, sacking, making sacks, making splash plays. If you put him in that 3-4 defense and try to put him at middle linebackers, he's going to get washed out plays a lot. The guards are too big for him. And if he can't read the play right, he's not big enough to play middle linebacker in 3-4 defense, basically. So at this 3, if he plays this opposite Brian Burns, oh man, he's gonna eat. He's gonna have at least 8 or 9 sacks. He should have like 8 or 9 sacks, a couple of forced fumbles. Like he always makes plays on the edge. That's where he makes plays at. That's where all his plays come from the edge. So this is a good thing for Frankie Luvu. This is a good thing for the Panthers. It's a good thing we picked up Deion Jones, like a true middle linebacker next to Shaq Thompson instead of we trying to.
Yeah, maybe the Deion Jones makes
square
that
pegs and round
linebacker
holes and shit.
group complete.
All right, guys. Good talking to you guys. C-Key, C3, 2023.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Appreciate you, Al.
I think that the Deion Jones signing is going to make Shaq Thompson a better player. I hate it because it always sounds like I'm shitting on Shaq Thompson. I'm really not trying to. I just don't think he's a clear-cut number one guy, but I feel like if you have somebody beside him that's solid, he can be a pretty damn good player. So this might be a situation where, kind of like you said with the wide receiving core, we don't have that elite guy, but the sum of what we have totals better than having that one elite player,
This Deion Jones signing might be one of the more important signings from this team all season. And here's why, is that you have so many, like we've struggled to pick one group that is just like, oh, this is the best group. And when we have tried to get that group, it's all been on the offensive side of the ball. At the same time, there's a lot of good pieces on the defense, right? You have some talent there of guys that can make plays, from Brian Burns, Derek Brown, and even some young or some up and comers like big ass McCall, or maybe Tuttle can be doing something. So it's not like the nose tackle is an obsolete position on this team, right? So you got Brian Burns, you've got Shaq Thompson, who has been like a fine wine, who has gotten better and better throughout his career. In fact, really, I would say 90% of my criticism of Shaq Thompson is just me been holding it against him because I bought his jersey before he ever played a snap. And then it took so long to get to where he was at.
And he changed
but he's like now, and it's like now I'm like, oh God, now you're getting good. And not getting good. It's like, but he's been notching a bunch of tackles. So I feel like I don't want to hold a grudge, and he's been a good contributor to this team. But you look at some of these other players, Von Bell, J.C. Horn. When you guys tell me he's the best fucking corner in the league, there are real fucking pieces there that could make a difference, right? I mean, like all of a sudden the defense doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't even have to be mediocre. Then you add a great, what we think perceived to be a very, very intelligent and capable defensive coordinator in Giro Evero, right? Like everything's going up. The tide is coming in. And I think what Deion Jones does is helps us. So look, could you say Brandon Smith? Could you say CK? Who's the guy you like? The Krugler Hill guy?
Yeah.
Right. You can say these names and they're good. They could be players, bro. Right. Brandon Smith could be a player. We don't know it. But it's like, are you mate? Man, I just said the Like. I say it so much. Now, you don't want a potentially strong defense to be undermined by a player who is being put in a position that's too much to learn at one time. So like if you made Brandon Smith a starter, right? Like he could be it, but now we're changing systems, changing coaching staffs. Potentially he's never played in that. Deion Jones being an experienced veteran beside Shaq Thompson allows Frankie Louvu, Von Bell, JC to play freer. And maybe a Brandon Smith. And hey, and if somebody gets hurt and Brandon Smith comes in there and excels, but I think one of the things we did in the past, and who's the other guy that people, I just saw him shouting out Panther fans, like in a good way. He was hyped about some Panther teams. He was a linebacker that played for us. He came in and replaced Tired Whitehead. And
Jamie Carter.
Yeah,
Carter. Jermaine Carter Jr.
Jermaine Carter Jr. And like God damn it. I'm like,
dude, you saying like is like Bryce.
Yes, it just went into my head. I don't know if Jermaine Carter Jr. was a bad player or we asked too much of him too quickly. Right. I mean, it's deep round pick. So I don't want Brandon, what's his name again? Brandon Smith to get washed out, the baby washed out with the bathwater because you're putting that person into a difficult position. And one person we have not mentioned at all is the rookie who could be an outside linebacker, and that's DJ Johnson.
Yeah, DJ Johnson.
So we haven't talked about him at all. But that could be a rotational player right there. So why? I think we need to figure out why did we bring in Deion Jones? What does he do that lets us be more flexible with other positions? I don't think it's about that position. I think it's about being cornered with a player like Jermaine Carter Jr., where you put him, thrust him into too big of a role, maybe too early. You know, it's like, what if you made Marquise Haynes we did this to Coney Ely, which he kind of should have been able to live up to. You just invest. We did this with Byron Bell. It's like, this is our plan. We hope it works, and it could work. But if it doesn't work, you're fucking screwed. That's what I think.
I mean, we have a lot. I feel like that's a lot of this team. We have a plan, and outside of the plan, things get kind of shaky.
Do you think so? I think this is better than past years. Actually, no, I would say in past years we have bet too hard. We were all in on Byron Bell at left tackle. There was no backup. We were all in on if this was the Ron Rivera era, right? That 2017, it would have been like Brandon Smith, and he hated rookies. Brandon Smith starter, no matter what. And if it works, it's going to be great. If it doesn't, we got no other.
Well, Ron Rivera would never play the rooks until their fucking third year, it seemed like. But no, more what I mean is if you look at the defensive backs, right, or specifically at corner, right, if J.C. Horn and Dante Jackson stay healthy, if God forbid,
oh my gosh, you got my aunt is identifying as your uncle.
Oh,
what? No, you're not hearing my. No,
you
you're
just
not.
said if 3 times in a row.
What I'm saying is that we have a bunch of starters that can make some damage at corner. However, if either one of them goes down, like we saw last year at the end of the season, then it starts to get, a little bit questionable when it comes to depth. The Panthers don't have the luxury, and by the way, no NFL team does, of having depth at every single position. It's just not possible with a 53-man roster. So cornerback is what I'm the most worried about. If our corners don't stand up to scrutiny this year, and CJ Henderson doesn't take another step forward, then yeah, it might be a little rough.
All right, let me see. Let's go to the next call.
Hey guys, it's the girl that makes them howl, aka Joey the Black Panther. Fresh off a 2-week vacation to the beach, deep sea fishing, and no, not in the ocean. We're looking for some motion. Didn't find any, but anyway, such is life. There's so many billions of women in the world. You're always gonna miss. Anyway, but you know what we don't miss on? Being awesome. Keep pounding. You never miss on that
Or
because
keep trying to.
people like me and Cody and all the other guys, I mean, we all have keep pounding moments in life. And, Cody, you're amazing, man. I read that article on VoiceOver because I just wanted to see what they said. I just wanted to see it for myself. But I already knew you were amazing, Cody. I saw it a long time ago, Cody.
Oh, thanks you, man. You saw it.
You are a wonderful representation for the crippled community.
Hey, thanks you, brother.
And I hope to meet you in person someday.
Same.
That would be a lot of fun.
Same.
We could just sit there and talk about the Panthers and drink beer and tell crippled and blind jokes. That would be a lot of fun. But
can't
training
wait, Joey.
camp, obviously, it's hard for a blind person to watch training camp because it's mainly a bunch of film and they don't want it shown, like they don't broadcast it. But man, I'm super excited this year, dude. I am so excited for Panthers football this year. And I always am at this time of year. I always throw my skepticism aside, whatever I might have, closer to free agency and the draft. Like, I'm just ready for football. But no, this year I am very excited. I think we're going to do great things this year. I got Steelers and Cowboys fans on either side of me at work talking shit. And I'm just waiting for all of them to eat shit. Guys, you know what to do. Keep pounding like it's Pound Town. I'll see you downtown at the stadium. Wow, wow.
Wakanda forever, baby.
Yeah.
So imagine if you let Joey around Sheena.
Oh, dude. How would he be able to control himself?
He wouldn't.
Yeah, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. Dude, shout out to
can't
Joey,
see that
man.
happening.
I can see it happening.
He couldn't
Dude,
see it.
Dude, shout out to Joey for being he's true to himself, man.
Yeah, man. He's
true to himself. That man is as blind as they come, but he loves the female form, and he does not mind
he
telling me
does.
about it.
We have to get in the 10-year show. Remember, we need the army to try to go mine some clips, and you can email them at carolinacatchronicles@gmail.com. Like, I got to get in a direct message. If you just drop it in this chat live right here, I'll never be able to find it. So I need a rough timestamp on a specific show But that show where Joey said, I went and played some basketball. He said, I missed the beginning of the game. I went and played some basketball with some blind friends. And that guy called in and railed on him for like, why you got to say that black people play basketball? Like, nope. He went and played with his
That was
blind
last season, I think. That wasn't too long ago.
forever, bro.
Yeah, he thought Joey said black friends, right?
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's why he's known as Joey the Black Panther. Now let's go to the next one.
Hey,
baby.
You know who the fuck it is. Booyaka, booyaka, booyaka! What's up to my motherfucking C3 dogs? What's Gucci? What's Gucci? CK,
so much.
that sexy beat boy. What's good, Professor? What's good with your Mr. Cody?
Ah, shit.
And what's good with you, Gregory? What's good with my dogs, man?
He's been calling you
Fucking
Gregory,
day.
bro.
Yeah,
Out
he has
here in
lately.
Utah, hot as hell. Hey, can we talk about that real quick? The fucking heat. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
This
bro.
heat makes me
I
fucking
mean, goddamn,
sick.
bro. I love summer, but dude, this is a whole different kind of fucking heat, bro. I just want to throw that out there because it is hot as fuck. And
It's
I'm just like, dude, how do
oppressive.
animals even fucking survive in this fucking heat, bro? Just want to throw that out there. But I want to fucking say kudos to the fucking Panthers for signing Deion Jones, bro.
Yeah.
A young fucking dog that is a pure linebacker that can go sideline to sideline, that has pure fucking speed, that can play the coverage. Luke Kuechly 2.0. I'm not saying he's on Luke's level, but he is a Pro Bowler, and he's a dog, bro. He played for LSU, and I love the signing. It's honestly my favorite signing of the offseason besides Eric Rowe. But I mean,
which we haven't
football's
heard his
almost
name
here, boys.
once
I know y'all see the truth threading that motherfucking ball, Gregory. What you gotta say, G? I got a lot of shit to. Me and you got to chit chat, bro. But I just want to say what's up to that OG Pickle. What's up, baby Pickle? What's good, JJ? The redheaded step cousin. And what's good with you, Aunt? My motherfucking dog. And what's good with that nigga C Dog, bruh? You gonna have to lift that lip up, dog. What's good with you, G?
These guys.
You still my motherfucking dog.
Right here.
And what's good with you, Chad? We still gonna head out to Carolina, bro. We still got a game to go to. Carolina, I will be in fucking Carolina, Panther Nation. I am going to a game.
Yeah,
I want to go to Bryce Young for CJ Stroud. Chad, I will get at you, partner. Y'all know who the fuck this is. It's G Baby, and I'm gonna be calling it a lot more often. Now we got the motherfucking football to watch. You did?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Baby. You did. I did. True story, and I know again, everybody on this podcast is like, Tony, stop fucking talking. I was at, and this was what Cody was saying at 3:30 in the morning on Tuesday. Cody and I stayed up till
like almost 5. It was almost 5.
Yeah, just like we were planning to take over the world. We had all this.
It was, to put it into perspective, they were up while I was getting up to leave to go to Spartanburg. I had fallen asleep and woken up at 3 and was on my way to Spartanburg, and they were still awake.
We were rapping, and G Baby was a big talking point for Tony Dunn. And it was much like when Cody so Cody, you called every single person except for Greg. Was a call. I don't even know how Greg was just like this. Is look at my beard. Look at how like we're brothers from another mother. Let me in this thing. But everybody else started. Look, when Cody called in, like, you know, you just feel something right. You know, and when G Baby called in and people, a lot of people didn't like him.
A lot of people
because
still
it
don't like
was.
him. He's in
Fuck
a quiet
that, man.
taste.
I love G Baby. Look, I
love him to
knew
death.
as soon as I heard G Baby talk, I was like, this guy is part of my crew.
He's
my
electric.
crew. And even look, and this is what I love about G Baby. He's got a couple of things about him. Is one, he'll come at anybody relentlessly. Like whoever you are, he'll come at you.
You make me sick, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, he's come after his brother, his white Italian brother, as he calls me in messages. Is that he comes after? Man, I'm ready for. I just like it. It's like part of him, but his personality. There's a reason my man got the first shirt in C baby, and then Panther Pickles next. He's gonna get the shut the hell up t-shirt, and the L's are gonna be pickles.
I like that.
That's what it's gonna be. G baby, we are ready. Bryce Young's your man. We've got 2 more goals, and then we're gonna power.
Oh man, I gotta give a shout out to y'all motherfuckers for making that shirt, bro. And I'm actually about to put in an order for me and my girl, and I got a couple of my boys out here that want to rep the T too, Tony. So you guys gonna get a bunch of fucking orders, G. We gonna fucking rock out all day with our fucking cocks out, G. Shout out to motherfucking C3. Y'all are some of my motherfucking niggas, man. Fuck y'all are fucking straight family. And just praise the Lord to fucking C3. Praise the Lord. Ha 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 ha. Y'all know who the fuck this is. It's G baby, and I'm fucking out.
Guilty pleasure. Guilty pleasure. This is gonna get me in trouble.
I love G baby so much, man, because like if you're in our chat or our fantasy.
I can't. I don't want to look at y'all's trade. I need like
don't look at the trade. I'm just saying.
And they're just like this. Look at my trade. Look at my trade. Look at my trade. I'm like, motherfucker, I've been driving for 7 hours. I need to just not look at my phone.
But I can guarantee anybody that thinks me and G baby hate each other. But like what I love about him, man, is like you said, he'll come at anybody, but he can take it too.
Yeah.
Like he can take it too, and that's the thing. Like it's just like having.
You gotta let it roll off your back with G.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get mad about it, man, because I guarantee he's not meaning to be mad. He's just he's an emotional person, and he likes to.
He's
passionate.
Passionate.
Yeah, he's passionate. Yeah, exactly. Passionate's a better way to say.
He's like a chihuahua.
I love
he's a lot of bark. He's a lot of bark, but he's not fighting real hard. But
here's my guilty pleasure. I'm not supposed to say it, but anytime a black person gives me like kind of like the racial hug up, where they're like, you're my white brother. I'm like, oh shit, G baby, Selma's white brother.
It just
and first of all, I'm Italian. He goes, but anyway, that's it. That makes him. I mean, that's what makes you want to make a white dude. You want to make a middle-aged white guy feel cool. Is be like, oh shit, you must be half black. I'd be like, oh shit, yeah.
And I love what Mike put in the chat. After every trade he does, he says business is business.
Oh, every single one. Every single one.
Dude, me and G have probably made more trades than anyone else.
Dude, you guys will not leave me alone. There's 2 months. We have a month till football. He's like, he sent me a message that said the teams are made before the season starts. I was like, bro, we got 30 players on these teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, damn it. Like, I'm going to start all these guys. And he's like, Trey, I'm like, and if you guys are trying to tempt me with that dynasty, you ain't get my first round pick next year. I will trade I'll have 1 pick next year.
That's all. I'll be fine.
I will trade, but I only want the first round. Other than that, I'm not trading my first round. Here's the last call of the night.
Woo! What's up, C3? Good show, you guys, man. Love you all. Love this chat. Love everything. What I'm looking at is the cornerbacks, man. We still got Henderson, which Perks might hype him up here recently. That's where I'm looking at, man. I'm like, I think everything else looks kind of solid. We got some depth, but I don't know. We got Deshaun Jackson. I mean, is he still there? Nobody's mentioned him during training camp. His name has been silent as well. Is he hurt again? I don't know. But I'm looking forward to a good season, man. Looks like we're loading up heavy on linebackers and receivers so far. So if, to look at it, it's like we're going to be a throw-in possibly
This is not Don. We must have.
No, it's not.
blitz heavy defense, and then throw in the wide receivers and such. Anyway, I'm a little buzzed, but love you guys.
No problem, buddy.
Great show. Love everybody. Keep pounding.
Love you too, man. Appreciate it.
Bro,
Hey, this is what I said earlier. The
sorry, I got
cornerback
sound.
position worries me a little.
Or maybe it's gonna be good. Let me see. Did I miss your call? Hold on. Don, hit me up. Yeah.
2891.
Got it.
2891.
Here it is.
What up, guys? This is D, and I'm trying to get in my cat call. I've got some breaking news. I repeat, I've got breaking news about the Panthers tonight. I have just been informed that the Panthers have acquired a weapon of mass destruction. That's right. I repeat, the Panthers have acquired a weapon of mass destruction. Not only this, they have deployed that weapon against their own defense. Oh, man, support that, son. Oh, I hope you can say what that weapon is a surgical grade laser. It's extremely dangerous. That weapon is being deployed by none other than our number one overall draft pick, Bryce Young, is attached through his arm, and he is currently carving up the defensive training camp. Beware defenses in the NFL. Bryce Young sees you. He can fit the ball in the tight space. His arm talent is more than what we thought. He's going to carve up defenses all along this year. Just remember, it only takes one run of 3 yards, one out route, simple in route, plant, whatever the route could be, is 7 yards, and that's another Panthers. Let's get fired up about the Panthers. Bryce Young's looking great. That laser guided cannon is targeted right in between the eyes of DJ Chark. We've seen it over and over in training camp already. You guys better be prepared for the Panthers to be successful this season. I want to give a shout out to my brethren in the C3 Panthers podcast. I want to say thank you so humble, so welcome to everyone. You got good time. And spend that time with us again.
It's breaking up a little bit. But it's been breaking up. First of all, let me do this. You can hear it.
Yeah.
2020
C3. Yeah, I heard that. That one came through loud and clear.
I want one. He's drinking.
It's not your fault. The audio was bad, Don. I love the energy,
name is
bro.
Don D's. He keeps them ready, dude. Anybody that wears their hat to the side off, bro, I'm in. D's wears his hat crook. I wear my hat a lot of times unless I got the ponytail through the back of it, I can't get. I always wear my hat. D's is a way part, bro. Like it's like get this dude a skateboard. And him and I are best friends in the 90s. It was like when I met Greg. I was like, Greg, I was like, Greg, we would have smoked weed together when we were 15. I know it. No, Diesel skills. Great call there. Hey, we got all of it. So don't worry about that. The audio is just part of the game sometimes. All right. That's it. Let's pop to the news real quick. It's just news super quick. Other quarterbacks look mortal too. CJ Stroud arguably going to be the starter, right?
He's going to be the starter. Yeah.
And
I don't know. I don't know. Hold
on.
On. You need to pump the brakes on that because I also write for the Texans on Draft Tech. I did a little bit of research, and they have not named the number one quarterback yet. And apparently, Davis Mills has looked really impressive in practice. And CJ Stroud, in back-to-back practices, has thrown 3 interceptions, including a pick 6 to veteran cornerback Steve Nelson. So this is going to be a story all year, man. How Bryce does, how CJ does. And
AR's pretty good too.
Yeah, you mentioned AR earlier, Tone.
No. I mean, like if he was our first round draft pick, I would not have a problem getting behind it.
No.
But I am excited about where we're at. All right, who's next? Oh, Dove Kleiman does have the blue check. He did not have it Oh, he got it in the last day. Or maybe I'm just looking in the wrong spot. The running backs continue to dominate.
NFL teams are planning to call the Colts about a trade for All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor. Rappaport talked to several GMs across the NFL, and a league-wide trade interest is expected.
I heard that he requested a trade, right?
Well,
and then did you hear he fired his agent and he got Saturday?
Well, did you hear what Jim Irsay said about him?
Yes.
So,
all right.
yeah,
let's talk about that, and then we'll tell you about who his agent is.
He went into a meeting with Jim Irsay, and apparently that did not go well. And Jim Irsay later did a meeting and said, listen, if I died tomorrow or Jonathan Taylor died tomorrow, no one cared. Life would go on. And it's like, damn, bro. I mean, kind of not wrong, but you can say it's so much better than that, man.
It's bad bedside manner, but it's not wrong. I mean, it's just the thing people don't want to say. You know?
I saw something that Jonathan Taylor fired his agent and then went and got Jeff Saturday to be his agent.
That's not true.
And was that did I get trolling? Because that would have been awesome. Then he gets Irsay's best friend to be his agent. Whatever. But no, you're read it one more time. Anyway, you're right. It's not, but it's true. The NFL is going to live on. These players. And that's why the players, while we always kind of advocate for them to try to get the most juice for the squeeze on every deal, is because they're getting churned through the meat grinder. The meat packing company makes all the money, but the meat going through the grinder feeds all the mouths.
Yeah.
So, you know what is he bucked up against the wrong owner, man. This was not, and look, is what I would tell you. He's the head of the NFLPA. He does not mind snorting some X and doing some Percocets and sitting like Irsay. He plays in a rock band. He has his own band. Irsay does whatever the fuck he wants. He's a billionaire that kind of has the fuck you money to be, and he's not trying to become super billionaire. Like he is like what I would be if I was a billionaire. And that's like,
well, he has like a legendary collection of rock and roll memorabilia.
Yeah. I mean, he has a band. He plays in a band. Like he'll be playing at his own concert.
But I mean, I think he has like a guitar from Jimi Hendrix.
Of course he does. He's like a billionaire.
No, he has like an entire museum that goes on tour.
Well, because he's a billion, but he's like, imagine if he's
a stoner billionaire.
Yes, he is a billionaire who believes he's a rock band, like who plays music. So imagine if you could go into any guitar shop and they'd be like, "Oh, this is the original Les Claypool, whatever." You'd be like, "Yep, got it." Well, he pops pills, fucked hookers. Well, maybe the hookers. I don't want to but like he's been in a lot of. He don't hold back, and now he's the president of the NFL, like for the owners. And Jonathan Stewart's going buck up against his own owner. Not going to end well for him.
Here's the thing, though, Tony. Is like, you know, I'm defending him and saying he's not wrong because he's not. It's maybe not the best thing to say right now, but like, I don't know if him saying that he had the intention of pissing Jonathan Taylor off to the point where he wanted to ask for a trade. There's got to be more to it than that, I feel. Because if that's the case, and I hate to say it, I feel like Jonathan Taylor just needs to kind of suck it up and be like, okay, well, he just told me a brutal truth of life. He didn't say he was firing me or that I wasn't worth anything. He was saying that if I died tomorrow, the world would go on, which I'm sorry.
But he's also saying the raise that you want.
Yeah,
there's
but
no
well, that's different. That's what I'm saying.
No,
there must be more to it than that. Yeah,
Greg, this happened in the entire context of the discussion of whether running backs were being unfairly paid. And so Jonathan Taylor and these running backs have tried to force this conversation on the NFL, which I mean, in their prerogative, that is what they should be doing. But at the same time, is like even the NFLPA guy for the players said, like all these guys are like, you don't get to just negotiate because you're upset. And Irsay was like, this is like, you want to fuck with us? We're the billionaires. You wait 2 years and you ain't going to be good enough to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine, look, Colin Kaepernick. The mugs, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but you get soft blackballed, you're not, and that's why it's hard for NFL players to negotiate with the NFL, because the NFL just holds all the fucking cards. They could just wait.
Yeah.
And these players are gonna be toast. They don't get to play till they're anyway. What's next,
That's
Cody?
why they sign the checks. You know?
Yeah, they're bazillionaires. All right, Sean Payton comes out. Do you guys hear about this? That Sean Payton said,
he took a shot at what's his name?
So he takes over.
Oh, yeah.
And did we watch? Where did we watch him taking the bong hits? Weren't we together watching that?
Yeah, that was on Friday. We did the free for all.
Oh, it's a Friday free for all.
Yep.
So Sean Payton, who some of us, even myself, who was so desperate and thirsty for any hope of a light at the end of the tunnel, were even interested in, like, what would it take? So the Broncos acquired. Did they trade for him?
Yes.
What'd they give up? Do you remember? I can't remember.
I can't either, but it was
so they gave up like
expensive.
27 years of draft picks for Russell Wilson, and they gave up the next 3 years. So they have 30 years of draft picks invested in Russell
Something
Wilson
like
and John Payton. And then Sean Payton comes out and says that last year's coaching job for the Broncos was one of the worst in the NFL history. And you know what? Even if he's true, if it was right, some people wonder if it was classy of a comment to be made. And one person that was not happy about that was Aaron Rodgers, who felt like they broke the code. Even a lot of these coaches have come out and said this.
Oh.
It was this is like, don't use this person to give yourself a position of power unnecessarily. So they asked Mike Tomlin about this stuff and how he felt. And he said, I can't wait to watch this game. That was a good answer. What do you guys think about Sean Payton's comments and our Aaron Rodgers? Why is this not on the news slide, by the way? What the fuck happened? What did we do?
I didn't do this. I did not.
It was all on the news slide.
This.
It was that said news behind it when I put it in.
I didn't do
been
this.
Butchered.
Don't look at me.
I'm not saying I just got butchered. I know what I did. I put apply theme when I was trying to put the first slide, and it went through. I remember. Okay.
Hey, you want to know? Let me give you my real quick opinion.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck, bro, about this whole story. I don't give a damn about Sean
You don't think Aaron Rodgers?
No, I don't give a damn. No, listen, I don't give a damn. And here's why. It's Sean Payton. He's the head coach now. Russell Wilson looked fucking terrible last year. So I really don't even mind him saying what he said. And I don't mind Aaron Rodgers saying what he said. Nathaniel Hackett, that's his boy. He swears by that dude. That he's one of the best offensive minds in the NFL. So it's like, I really, like, people are making this a big deal. I mean, if I was the head coach, I probably wouldn't say that. I mean, maybe if I really felt it, maybe I would. I don't know. But dude, to me, this is a nothing burger. And why would you even ask Mike Tomlin about this? Like, now you're just trying to interject other. Now you're just trying to interject other people at the heart of this story that has nothing to do with anyone else but those two.
It's a TV show. That's why it's a TV show.
Yeah, it's a reality TV.
Look, I'm with you, Cody. I couldn't care any less about this at all either. Like, it's so stupid. But when I look at this, it's like, who the hell is Aaron Rodgers to try to get onto somebody about breaking protocol for things you shouldn't do? Like, seriously. How many times has Aaron Rodgers thrown another player under the bus or bitched about something that there was the reason why he didn't win? Or like Aaron Rodgers is the biggest crybaby and then like moaner about things in the league. Who is he to talk to anybody about what they shouldn't say?
True. Good point.
You know?
Cody, can you carry us into the next segment? Do the trio, and I'll be back in 30 seconds. Oh, yeah. Take care of this for me. His hairline is the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, dude, homeboy is struggling. Really, Trey Lance has really struggled at practice Friday. Per Lombardi himself, Lance has only received 4 pass attempts, fewest among Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold. Out of those 4 attempts, the only one. He only completed one pass, and 2 of his 3 incompletions were gimmies. Greg, I've been saying this for a while, dude. It does not surprise me if Sam Darnold ends up being the starter.
He's going to be,
San
dude.
Francisco 49ers, and
Brock
he
Purdy?
ends up balling out, being on a great offense with a great head coach, and ends up doing something special for San Fran this year. A lot of people hate that man. I understand. But, bro, dude, Sam is a 4-year veteran now. He has the mobility. He has the arm talent. He might be a good player for them this year, dude. It's not surprising me if that's what ends up happening.
Why are you automatically putting him past Brock Purdy?
Because
who
Brock
played
Purdy
better,
is
who played better last year than Sam
Coming
Darnold
off of an
ever has in
injury.
his career.
Brock Purdy is not only coming off of an injury, he's coming off of what many would consider a career-ending injury.
True.
You
But
know,
that's the
that's
same
number
injury-
one.
that's the-
Number
Okay.
2 is Sam Darnold has been from at least the Twitterverse has been putting up some crazy highlights in the 49ers training camp, and he's been getting the reps with the ones.
I feel like Sam Darnold has to win the job away from Brock Purdy. I'm not saying he can't, but I feel like you don't take that away from Brock Purdy if he's healthy to play based on what he did last year, unless he gets beat out. And maybe Sam can, because I don't have complete faith in Brock Purdy. I just know I've seen what he did, and I feel like had he not injured his elbow, there's a good chance you're looking at a different Super Bowl last year. But I just feel like it's not his job to take. I feel like it's his job to earn, and Purdy's job to lose. I think Lance is kind of out of the competition here. I think it's Purdy's job to lose to Sam Darnold.
Yeah, Lance
And
is
they
out.
traded up all those draft picks for him. Man, that's rough.
All right,
that
come to
one
Atlanta.
is rough. Last
think that's
one.
it.
No,
was
we
it.
are done, man.
No, we're not
are done. Well, we're done with the
More.
news. That's what I meant.
I was
we have
thinking we didn't have that one last thing to do.
we have one more segment, the longest running Panthers segment, or the longest running segment in the history of the C3 Panthers podcast. It's time to ice some fools up, toughen up, icing up. It doesn't matter if you're a 4-year-old kid. It doesn't matter if you're a 90-year-old woman. If you deserve to be iced up, we'll do it to you. Let's ice some fools up.
Ice up, son. Ice up.
We can kind of ping pong off if I'll start with one quick one. It's not an ice up. It's actually there ain't nothing
I
left
saw
for
this today.
Somebody said
Somebody's
this
her shirt's fighting for its
for
life.
his life. But I'm icing up these boobs because they didn't kill this shirt. This shirt.
Hey, Tony, send me this video.
Oh my God. You're seeing the manufacturer version of her titties. That shirt said, who was screaming beside her? We need a video of the girl beside her. Did you hear it?
Cool with the video of her.
Could you hear the audio at all?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
trust me, we heard.
Okay.
Just don't
Is it
care.
super loud now?
Yeah.
I mean, it was loud.
Because usually when you share the stuff on the thing, man, maybe I figured out a way.
It's
All
pretty
right.
loud. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right, you wanna, I only have 2 of them.
Go ahead. Do one real quick, and then I'll do this one. Mine's
So let me make sure. Yeah. So listen, I think everybody knows this. If you're passed out drunk, don't fall asleep around your friends, because either they're gonna draw some dumb shit on you, or they're gonna turn you into a meme and put you on the internet.
Is he snoring?
Yeah, look.
Oh, this is so good. Look, there's Star Boy.
Bro is snoring every 1 seconds. Dude, that's awesome.
That's like the best video ever. These guys are the coolest dudes, and like we need them to be part of the C3 family.
Yeah, dude, they killed it. And the next one, this poor woman, man. Dude, I felt so bad for her watching it, but then watch is probably gonna end up being fake or some shit. So this poor woman, she works at a bar. She's trying to load up a plate of food with a bunch of different trays on it, and you probably already know where this is heading to.
At least, all right. Okay, this is your ice up pick.
So, yeah, to her, how did you not know that if you put the plate over a giant empty bin,
it's called a trash can, by the way. Let's not just call it empty a bin. That is an ultimate.
That's a long ass trash can.
Yeah, we've all worked in restaurants. Have had that trash can beside the end of the. Okay.
All right. Well, to her, ice up.
I think the point of putting it on the trash can first is ice, like everything.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? The best thing is this is she didn't have to clean up all the fucking mess she made.
It's true.
All in one.
Silver lining. Yeah.
I want to give. I told you in ping pong, and then Greg, if you're ready, or CK, get ready after this one. So the short one. This made me laugh. Is it the name of this? Is How to Gain 1 million views in just 3 days in YouTube. Very secret tips. And it has 7 views 2 years ago. That one made me giggle. And then I thought, I just probably some. Anytime I see this shit from the Internet Hall of Fame, I also think it's fake because it's never linked. It's just these manufactured screenshots.
It's fake. It's funny.
Yeah, I love it already. Greg, you got one for us?
No, I really don't. I guess Aaron Rodgers in that last little segment we said. Look, I've been off social media for about a week and a half now. I think I've opened Twitter once in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. Nothing else, no TikTok, nothing, and it's been fantastic. So I guess I'll ice up social media. It has been phenomenal. I have nothing to ice up. Life's gotten better.
Wish you well.
Yeah, social media is terrible.
CK, you got one? And
I do.
Some people believe it's really, truly ruining our society.
Good argument for it. Yeah.
If you believe that, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe, and be a part of our online community. Go ahead, CK.
Is this yours up right now?
Is it yours?
No, somebody's is that.
No, that's mine up. Do you have a video?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You can do yours.
No. CK bringing a pic in here with a video. I'm gonna get it. It must be.
Yeah. Well, don't get too excited yet.
I asked my man. I thought he was gonna like olives. I knew he wasn't gonna like no damn olives. Oh yes, so good.
Hold on.
No,
Yeah.
as somebody that's this is good. You dick. This. All right, I'll just be.
This is gonna be
mute my mic.
All right,
So go ahead, CK.
Tell him that. You better set it up. You better tell him what's going on. Tell him what's going. What we're doing there. No, you have to tell him what's going on.
I'm going to. So when we were together, we wanted to make sure that we had Panther Gal. You have to stick for this. So we wanted to do like videos and maybe try to create some intros and things. I'm planning on trying to do some transitions of videos and things like that. That should be pretty cool. Well,
also our first time all together. Like think about that. Yeah, we've never.
So we were gonna do this shot, and this is my drone doing this video here, and
explain the shot a little bit.
It's rotating right to left, and it's basically directly behind what you're seeing now.
You see this random dude that we're looking at?
Nothing to do with this. On the opposite side of the camera from this
is that the person we want to shoot is. That's our 12 o'clock
directly behind him. Yeah.
Right. It's a closer 6 o'clock. Okay.
So
the drone is doing it's kind of going around like it's moving around to it's actually no, it's just rotating, wasn't it?
It's rotating.
Yeah, just rotating. All right, yeah.
All right. Pay attention to one of them.
So look, and they're gonna speed this up post production. Look at this. What happened? Oh, look, you know, I
Can't get away. Can't get away.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Oh no!
It's the most authentic joint ever. So like the camera looked at me and I go, oh shit, I'm in the shot. And then I went right and the wall was there. And then I was just, this is the meme this is what when the police look at that. That's good. Look at this.
Yeah, look at your face. You're like, oh,
Look, the police showed up. The police look, and I just realized that. Look at, I don't know what it is. Look, I'm on the most wanted list.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious.
Look at this. Where am I going? What am I doing?
And you realize that as soon as you go around the corner, too, like you have nowhere to go.
Caught. The police said, well, I'm running like that. I better look more asshole.
I love how much 6A loves this, dude.
We were crying. I'm not even kidding, dude. We were laughing so hard.
I'm laughing right now. Look at this. I look like I'm running. It's like if you did this in a silhouette or something, I look like Bigfoot. Like nobody can. What is this?
Oh man,
dude, roll it back 1 second. That picture, if you could just that you have it.
You're doing hopscotch right there.
Roll it back. Just go frame by frame back. Look at this. When you see my face with the camera, that's a good back. And then I realized I was like, I'm so stupid. That's what I realized. Like right then, I was like, I'm caught. It's like when you just give up. When I saw that camera, my face was.
Oh, that's
God, that shit. Thank you, CK. That shit was so funny. Ice up Tony, right?
Oh man, that was funny. I'm sorry.
How do you follow that up? This is I'll end it with this. Peter King, who you remember, he's the one that had the cam icon. You know, like he is like so. This is check it out. This is from last year. This is your boy Josh Allen. Josh Allen on my top 5 list of people I want to hang out with.
Josh Allen, have a great year. Thanks
Peter.
a lot.
Appreciate you.
Oh, for NBC Sports, Bills Camp, this is Peter King. All the best to you.
You still got it?
Yeah, we got Josh, good luck this year. Wish you well.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Josh Allen, have a great year. Thanks a lot.
Hold on to that shit for a whole year, homie. My man, look, for a whole
You
year.
remembered that one. That one.
Josh Allen, have a great year. Thanks
Peter.
a lot.
Appreciate you. Oh,
for NBC Sports, Bills Camp, this is Peter King.
But look, listen to Peter King's reaction. He doesn't
All the
know
best to
that
you.
this
You
is
still got it?
happening.
Yeah, we got Josh, good luck this year. Wish you well.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Drops the mic and walks away. Hell yeah. I like
Josh
him.
Allen, have a great year. Thanks a
Peter.
lot.
Unless, do you think he was part of it?
Yeah,
If he was part of it, then I'm not. Then I'm icing myself up. That's
it kind
it.
of seems like that.
Bro, CK.
Both.
Bro.
That was a good one, man.
Bro. Yeah.
That was loud as fuck.
Was that loud as fuck?
Yeah. really
Why
loud.
is the soundboard crazy change since I used to have everything turned up? How about this?
Bro. Much better.
Too loud? Still?
Still a little loud, but
Yeah.
much better.
Bro. Still
That's
too
better.
loud?
That's it.
There you go.
Bro.
That's it right there.
That's
Go
it.
with that.
Hey.
All right.
The
longest running Panther podcast.
Let's get out of here. My name's Tony Dunn, C3 Panthers podcast, brought to you by CarolinaCatChronicles.com. Every Tuesday night into the wee hours of Wednesday morning, we're chopping it up and putting stuff out all throughout the week and the day. I need you guys to encourage us to come along and hit the thumbs up button, subscribe. Tell us you like this content. And so many people were gracious in doing that. but help us continue to keep the wind in our sails. And the wind is in the back of Cody Lashney as he is the heart, the soul, and the celebrity of the podcast.
Hell yeah.
Hey, real quick. I want to thank everybody that sent me all the kind words and said nice things to me relating to the article and seeing me at FanFest. It's been incredible. C3, I love my C3 boys. I can't wait to continue to do this forever with you guys, man. I love this. Y'all be seeing me tomorrow at FanFest with Greg, with CK, with Mike Supremely showing up. I'll be meeting him for the first time. It's been a week of firsts, man. So many firsts. Find me at Twitter or on Twitter at Cody Lack, CODYLAC. Every Friday at 7 p.m. Join the Friday Free for All, where you can be a part of the show for the fans, by the fans. Tony, I'm through, man.
Greg?
At the Bat Daddy 52 on Twitter, but like I said, I'm really not doing anything else on Twitter or social media anyway. Geeks Chasing Squirrels Across the Multiverse. We're usually live every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, but we've been taking a break for a little while. Got a lot of things going on with some life. Oh, Ross had a baby 2 days ago. So,
congratulations, girl or boy?
Yeah. Little girl.
What?
So,
girl or girl?
Little girl. Yeah.
Little girl. I gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, look.
Little girl. Yeah.
And CK.
You can find me. Sorry, I'm still coughing up a lung.
I know. I'm crying. I got tears.
Dude, it was, oh God. My wife was laughing hysterically. At
Good.
this,
I'm glad she found it funny.
Yeah, she did.
I try not to show everybody like CK did on. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I figured the moment you saw the picture, like the guy in the background, like you were going to be like, you son of a.
Hey, by the way, shout out to Brandon Malone who watched us for the first time tonight, man. Appreciate it, man.
Nice. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Get on up in there. All right. CK.
You can find me at Codizzle Allen on X.
Oh, X.com.
Yeah, X.com, guys. And you can zeet me or whatever. You know, all's cool. But you'll find me here. Maybe Friday. Maybe obviously you're gonna see me tomorrow. Anybody who's going to FanFest can meet me, Cody, and Greg out there. We're going to be having a blast. I'm bringing my son.
Nice. Wonderful.
Yep. So it should be a good time. But that's me.
All right. Everybody shame CK into making the intro, because if we got all that good B-roll and we don't get none of it.
We got some good stuff, yeah.
I have so many.
It'll be a collaborative.
Oh, it's going to
be.
No, we just have to shame him. Like, we can't do any of that part. Oh, I can't wait. We got a lot of cool stuff coming. And, dude, we got to make that running scared Tony a meme of some sort. Scared to get a fourth to go for it on fourth.
We need to pause it at a perfect spot. And we need to.
It needs to be flipped.
Anytime we don't go for it on fourth down, I feel like we should show my face when the camera hits. Like, I'm scared. Get out of here.
The end of an intro with the siren going off.
Oh, I know. The police to come up, I'm going to at least make a run for it. Let's make a run for it now, Cody Lashney.
All right. Panther fans, until next time, you know what we're going to do. Keep pounding.
What's so special about Hero Bread's soft, fluffy, and delicious breads, buns, and tortillas? Hero Bread serves up 0 to 1 grams of net carbs, 5 to 11 grams of protein, and high fiber in every delicious serving. Made with natural ingredients, Hero Bread supports gut health, promotes weight management, and helps maintain blood sugar. Hero also drops other limited edition ultra-low net carb goodies like rich flaky croissants and buttery brioche slider rolls. Head to hero.co to shop today.